This week, we look at the quaint down south town of Easley, South Carolina, where out of nowhere an entire family is wiped off the map. Welcome to Small Town Murder. Everybody, and welcome back to Small Town Murder.
Yay!
Yay, indeed, Jimmy. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I am Jimmy Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us. Back in the studio again.
Yes.
Feels good to be back here.
It does.
It's a lot warmer in Phoenix than
Holy
it was.
Shit, I'm sweating.
Oh, my God, in Chicago. Well, we're going to talk about the live shows that we had in Chicago at the end of the show.
Yeah.
We'll get to that because we want to have some fun and talk about that.
I love it.
We don't want to clog up the murder. We don't want to clog up the murder pipes with that right now. So we'll do all of that later on. But a couple of announcements here. Live shows upcoming. Detroit on February the 16th with Dan Cummins.
You bet.
Early show is a stand-up show with Jimmy, myself, and Dan Cummins as the headliner. And then the late show is a cool little hybrid live podcast we're going to do with Dan of the Great Time Suck podcast.
Yes.
And what we're going to do is we're going to time suck a small town murder.
I love it.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to figure out a way. It's going to be very fun. I've been working with Dan.
So unique.
Yeah, we've been talking about it. We've been trying to figure it out, and it's going to be a blast. It's going to be really, really cool and really unique. So please get your tickets to that. Also, that weekend, February the 18th, Boston.
Yes.
Boston, Massachusetts. Crime and Sports is at 4 p.m.
Right.
There's a 7 p.m. Small Town Murder, but that is sold out.
Yes.
That is sold out a couple months in advance. Thank you, guys. That's amazing. So, to be accommodating, we have added a 1 p.m. show.
What? We've done what?
Goddamn people are going to kill me that day because those are all going to be different shows, too.
Right.
The 1 and the 7 are going to be completely different shows.
Right.
So you can come for all 3 shows, and you will see 3 different cases. So it's going to kill me. Yeah, we're going to die that day. That's going to be bad. Plus, flying in from Detroit, that's going to be crazy.
So cold.
And then just added... big time here, Phoenix, Arizona.
Yes.
March 25th at Stand Up Live.
Right.
Tickets on sale right now.
Yes.
Get those. We'll put the links in the show description. That's a big deal. That's our hometown here.
Right.
It's where we live.
It's our hub.
That's our hub. So get your tickets early because we have, I'm sure friends and family and people are going to come too. So they're gonna hog some of these tickets from you guys. So please get your tickets early. Let's sell this bad boy out.
Yes.
Let's show these fuckers that they've been so wrong not respecting us for years. Let's do that. What do you say, guys? Be there for us. And then speaking of being there for us, talk about being there for us. Guys, thank you for your iTunes reviews.
What the shit?
Thank you guys over the last 2 weeks. Like we've said a million times, iTunes has a funky little algorithm on how they do their rankings and their ratings and all that sort of thing, and they weigh so heavily. So if you have not done it yet, please get on iTunes. Give us 5 stars. It means the world. It really does. On the business end, it's a big deal.
Right.
You don't have to say anything crazy. No. Tell us anything you want. Yeah. It really doesn't matter. Tell us what your ugliest Christmas sweater ever was.
I like that.
That'll be fine. We're okay with that. It's not for our ego.
Right.
If you need to do more, if you're one of these amazing people, we have a list that could choke an elephant later on of awesome people because we couldn't do it during the live show last week. Right. You can donate to the show and really be a producer and an executive producer and a hero of ours, honestly. You can go to patreon.com/crimeinsports. That's the name of our other podcast. So all that money goes to us. And Patreon, by the way, there was a big kerfluffle about their...
What the fuck was that?
The fees. They were raising their fees on people contributing and all that. Apparently, everyone made a big enough stink where
Way
they
to
said...
go, guys.
Never mind. We're good.
Yeah.
Thanks. No, the fee. No, we're fine. Don't worry about it.
What fees?
So they've gone back on that. It's just like it was before, so they're not going to charge you any extra or anything like that. If you want to make a one-time donation, they're insanely appreciated, are they not? Oh, my goodness. Over at PayPal, you can do that using our email address, crimeinsports@gmail.com.
That's the one.
That is the one. Please head over for all your merchandising needs, all your T-shirts, mugs, bath mats, everything with all the sayings. Go to crimeinsports.threadless.com.
That's the one.
That is like no threads, but there are threads. We promise
so
they will
many
not
threads.
fall apart.
It's crazy.
Also, quick announcement here before we get started. We're going to be reconstituting an old podcast with my wife, Sarah.
There you go.
P.S. I hate this movie. We had to take a break because I was too busy and she was too busy, and now we have some time.
Yeah.
She has more time. We're going to dive into this again starting in about 2 weeks. We make fun of bad romantic comedies, and it's a good time. A lot of ranting from me. A lot of anger. A lot of what the shit is going on in this goddamn movie. So it's a good time. Tune into that. But before all that, never mind all that.
Yeah.
Before we get to the crazy part.
Yes.
We got to get to the crazy part.
Right.
The fact that we have to do a disclaimer.
This is the crazy part.
But we do. We have to do the disclaimer. This is a comedy podcast.
It is.
And the jokes, we make jokes.
Right.
We're comedians. That's
It's
what
fun.
we do.
Right.
It absolutely is. All the research is real. The facts are real.
Right.
Everything's real like that. But we're going to make jokes. The expense of small towns, stupid police forces, just things like that. General issues we're going to make jokes about. But you know what? You know what we don't do?
What's that?
We do not make jokes at the expense of the victims.
That's true.
Or the victims' families.
All
We try
right.
to not do that because we're assholes,
Right.
but we are not scumbags. So that's the way it works. That said, I know what you're all saying right now.
Yes.
And that is, shut up and give me murder.
Right.
And that's what we're going to do. Giving you murder right now.
All right, let's go.
Let's take a trip, Jimmy.
All right.
What do you say? You bags packed? Ready?
Where were we?
We were,
Jesus.
we were in Canton,
That's
Missouri
right,
last
Canton,
week
Missouri.
when we were in
Fucking
Chicago, Illinois. It's very
Flooded
confusing.
hillbillies.
We were floods and tractor accidents
Right.
and just a goddamn disaster.
Leaving socks behind.
Oh, God, a disaster of redneckery that
Yes.
really was. Well, let's head even more into the fray.
Okay.
Last week, we were on the outskirts of the fire. We were out by the coals.
Yeah.
Let's dive right into the blue part right now.
Okay.
Let's get right in there. Easley, South Carolina.
Okay.
Let's do this.
I'm
Going
not
down
sure,
south.
I'm not sure what to expect.
Oh, you'll see. It's nothing crazy, but it's crazy at the
They
same
were the
time.
racist ones, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, they both were, but we've gone over both Carolinas.
Yeah, this is right. Okay.
Super
I was
racist. South Carolina's kind of.
This just shows how little I learned because I didn't absorb
Never
any
mind
of
in
that
school.
shit.
This shit happened like 4 weeks ago. Never mind in school.
I didn't absorb
We're not
any of
expecting
that talk.
It's South Carolina is the devil's taint of racism
Okay.
right there. That's
Yeah.
where it comes from. That's
where the flag's from.
That's shit. They had it up till
Yeah.
like 2 years ago, and now there's people like, we could use that again. We should put that up again. I
It
think
helped with the shade.
I think it was good. Yeah, I was like, whoa, okay. But never mind that.
Yeah.
It's this is way inland. This isn't by the shore. Like my dad lives in South Carolina,
Yeah.
right by the beach.
Yeah, I got
down
family
there.
there.
Yeah, down it's nice by
Yeah.
the shore.
Yeah.
Normal people move to the beach. This is not that. This
Okay.
is inland, boy.
Okay.
This is you got to want it
This
to
is
go here.
sticks and trees and mountains and
And it's funny, it doesn't have one officially, but if you look at South Carolina, the shape of it kind of makes sort of a panhandle.
Does it?
So, and this is right square in the
the
panhandle.
whole damn thing is a panhandle.
There's kind of the pan, the part by the shore and all that, and then it gets more narrow,
All right,
like
over
a
the top.
handle.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not an
yeah,
official handle, it's like a triangle, but you could hold it from there. Therefore, it's a panhandle. Get out of the panhandle, get to the pan, you assholes. Jesus. God damn it with
I
the
love
panhandle. They're going to find a panhandle, the
For
people
sure.
who end up in our stories. This place, it's like I said, it's a northwestern part of the state, well inland, nowhere near the ocean. 2 hours to Charlotte. It's 25 minutes outside of Greenville, South Carolina, which is not it's 67,000 people in Greenville.
Really?
So that's like a big town
What is
for
it?
there.
Charleston, and is there any other big city in
Yeah,
South
Myrtle
Carolina?
Beach.
Yeah.
You got that sort of thing, but it's Greenville is one of their cities, and
one of
it's
their bigger ones.
Yeah, 67,000 people. This is 25 minutes outside of that, and this might as well be Hazard County.
Yeah.
Duke boys might as well be jumping a ravine in the background, from what I've gathered here. The town itself is in Pickens County.
Okay.
It's a little tiny drop of it hanging over into Anderson County. It was the third time I think we've encountered this. Can't get your shit together
Overlap
and stay
shit, yeah.
into a county.
Right.
And actually, what we're going to talk about is going to end up in Anderson County. Right there, but most of this is in Pickens County, so we're going to talk about it in terms of that.
Okay.
Zip code 29640, area code 864. It is a 12.3 square mile town, so decent sized little town, I would say.
Yep.
There is no town slogan here, but once again, the county has a slogan,
Of course.
thankfully. Thankfully, they do. The bigger municipality stepped up and gave us a stupid shit slogan.
Are they supposed to have one? Is that like...
I think it's just for advertising.
Probably.
I think that's what it is. Like, we need to put something on the website or this welcome to sign, you know what I mean? Something
with
clever.
The big cowboy waving his hand, right.
Something like that. So here, their county slogan is the gem of the foothills.
Okay.
Which I don't know if it's the gem
county
of
is
shit.
the gem or the
county's
town?
the gem. The whole county. Now, Easley, they don't have a slogan, but they are giving you a slight pitch on their website. They say, quote, in Easley, you will be welcomed with southern hospitality by the friendliest people you will ever meet.
Yeah.
You're never going to meet friendlier people than these people. Southern hospitality.
I mean, South Carolina, that's where my aunt lives, and
they're friendly.
They aren't fucking around with their friendly.
They're full of shit.
Yeah.
They're full of shit.
They're lying their asses off.
Yeah, they're going to talk shit about you the second you turn around.
Friendly down your fucking
throat. They're
going
to be smiling right to your face, and then they're going to go talk shit, and then they're going to go to church right afterwards. That's the odd thing. You're
and
be like,
forgiven.
Wow, yeah, you guys are mean, but still, into the Lord. Okay.
She called my 8-year-old a whore, but
that's
whatever.
Interesting, but fine. Yeah, she said she's going to burn in hell, but I guess she went to church afterwards, so it's fine. Oh, man. So a little background on Pickens County and Easley. Pickens County was Cherokee Indian territory up until the American Revolution. Cherokees made a bit of a blunder, and they sided with the British on that one. Whoops. Yeah, they screwed up there.
It's those fire cannons that they had. They were like, those are clearly superior to these arrows.
Yeah,
right.
I like the way they talk. It's real fancy. And then, nope, they suffered defeat.
He offered me tea and then beheaded my wife.
That's it. And then they gave up their lands in South Carolina. Over
fucking
that.
Jerks.
I'm sure it wasn't. They didn't give it up voluntarily.
No. It was because they were too weak from the smallpox blankets.
They didn't bow down and give the key to the city and say it's, they weren't like the Japanese after World War II. It just said, fine, we'll relax and make televisions for 50
you
years.
Guys are right.
You guys are right. Yeah, our bad. That didn't happen.
Try this Fuji camera.
Yeah. This is the South, goddammit.
Right.
Nobody does that.
No.
You lose, you pretend like you didn't for 150 years. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Just keep plugging along. Jesus Christ.
150? It's much further
fucking
than
longer
that.
than 160. It was first named Rockville in 1791, became Pickensville after that. It's just let's do a Sahara Desert fart fact of the week. And yes, it is boring as shit. Colonel Robert Elliott Holcomb became co-founder of the town by starting off as a farmer and a timber mill owner.
Okay.
His farming ventures enabled him to establish the storeroom in 1845 as the first business of the area. There you go.
The storeroom.
The storeroom. That's the business.
He's so clever, too.
Want to put some shit here?
Right.
Yeah,
I got
that's a business.
Storeroom.
I'm an entrepreneur.
You can hold your shit over here.
Yeah, I got a whole room. Just open the door, you put your shit in there, you give me money. That's a business.
Somebody give me golf clubs.
That's a business. That's right. Somebody give me exactly. I'm a businessman. Right. I'm Joe. Where's the country club? Let's do. No, there's none. I'm making one.
I will build one.
I will build a country club. That's right. The town was named for William King Easley. He wasn't a king. He was a guy named William King Easley who was born in Pickens County in 1825.
Right.
This guy, this is their hero here. Well, not now probably, but when they named it, Easley and 4 other people from Greenville represented the area in the South Carolina Secession Convention to secede from the Union. These people were really, really pro, let's get the shit out of the Union.
Yeah.
We're going. These people were super into it. This guy raised a company of cavalry from Pickens County. He served as a major in the Confederate Army. Easley did. So it's interesting here.
Yeah.
It's got some. We'll put it this way. In 1860, the Pickens district, as it was at the time, had a population of about 19,000 people.
Jesus.
Problem is 22% of those were slaves.
What the fuck?
That's an issue. That's a shitload of slaves you got down there.
They got to count those for the census to get more money from the government, too.
I suppose so, to then secede from it, possibly, yeah.
We had 19,000 people, but only
what the fuck?
What is that? 12,000 can vote.
Yeah,
right.
so not surprisingly, 22% slaves. It's a very agricultural area back then. A lot of agriculture, a lot of things like that, because I guess they were...
22%, my math's way off, but whatever.
That's still a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's thousands.
Multiple, yes. They had industries, sawmills and all like grist mills and shops and things like that.
Is a grist mill?
I like how in the town history here on the website it even says I had to put this in an exact quote. Quote, the district's Protestant churches were numerous, but schools were few. So that says a lot about what was happening back then.
Yeah.
Exactly. We don't need to learn shit.
No.
You need the Lord and a musket.
One book and a musket.
And you tell that guy to farm more.
Right.
That was apparently what was going on down there. There wasn't a lot of combat right in this area during the Civil War, but it was apparently marauders would come down from the mountains. People who, deserters from the armies and shit would come down and raid the town and steal everything and run back into the hills and shit like that here. Big deal after the Civil War. The Easley fella there became a local attorney and got the railroad to come to town.
Okay.
He put $100,000 into it in an investment, got the railroad to come, and as we know, railroad or oil, and you're in fucking business, man. After that, shit is going down.
$100,000 is all it cost to build a railroad back then.
I think that was his part, and then there was the Atlanta and Charlotte Airline Railway Company, which I think also probably put in. Who knows who else invested this? Because it was pretty privatized back then here. Now Holcomb, the guy who Holcomb became the first mayor of the town, the guy who was the storefront, the storeroom owner here. Right. First agent of the train depot too.
Oh,
so he built the train depot himself.
Wow.
And then he sat in it and said, "Who wants to ride the train? I'm in charge." He put an engineer hat on. And he was like, "Here I am."
He had a metal fucking pin with his name on it and everything.
Everybody whispered about him. They're like, he lost his fucking mind.
That guy's a lunatic.
I think the war messed with his head. I think it's the war. Right, it's the war.
Right.
He heard a lot of gunshots. He's seen bad things. So 1873, now they charter Easley as the town.
Yeah.
They get a post office in 1875, and now it's a thriving textile town.
Yeah.
A railroad, they can take shit out of there. Things became much different. 1953, company, the Easley Textile Company, which later was known as Swirl Inc.
Yeah.
They made the popular, as it said on the website, I don't know how true this is, swirl wrap dress back then. I don't know what that is. If there's an 85-year-old lady who was into women's fashion 60 years ago, maybe they can fill us in on that. Anybody, you ask your moms out there, your grandma, I don't know. In 1956, a guy started a yarn production company there in Easley.
Production.
We're making yarn.
Yeah.
That's wow.
We're making yarn for y'all to make shit.
That fascinates me when people do businesses that are not interesting at all.
Right.
Like this is like fun. This is great. Like people would look at this and go, "Man, that's a cool thing to do."
Right.
No one goes, "Man, I wonder, how do you get to make yarn?" That's never been said. No one's ever said that. No one's ever said, I just really want to make yarn.
And is yarn made of cotton? Is that what
I think it is?
Yeah,
or it's the South, so I would assume.
But they've got blends, too. So
now I'm sure.
Now they're making synthetic shit.
Forget about the yarn industry, Jimmy.
It's
technology.
So deep now.
AI has taken over the yarn industry. That's the problem. All the big yarn, all the good yarn union jobs are gone. Union yarn is just out now, and you got to... Fuck, man, it's rough.
What a terrible life.
It's tough, man. It's tough. You want to make yarn.
Think about the people that absorb the things that are made. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people that absorb beer, they're fucking fun people.
Yeah.
People that absorb podcasts, generally pretty fucking cool people.
Yeah.
People that absorb yarn, fucking drab.
They're boring. Although we have a lot of knitters that listen to us, actually.
Yeah,
people like to knit.
They're making like cross stitch. As I've learned.
And they're making shit with like cursing in it. Like they're cool people. Yeah.
That's
this
not
is for
fucking
like old ladies to make
knitting,
sweaters.
Right.
Yeah.
Your cat a fucking sweater.
That just fascinates me that somebody would go, "I'm going to buy equipment to make yarn.
Right.
I'm going to do this. No, I'm going to put it together." Like anything, like whenever you hear someone does like industrial smoothing, you're like, how did you decide that's what you wanted to do?
Why is that what you're into?
You weren't fantasizing at that at night, like laying in bed with your wife and you wake her up at 1 a.m. You're like, "I have to do it." You don't understand. I have to smooth shit. It's my dream. It's my dream. And she's like, "Well, if you have to, you have to."
I can't sleep unless that shit is smooth.
That's not what happens here. People of this town, population 20,765. It is up 36.7% since 1990.
My Christ.
Like all of these southern and western towns, you could say that for Phoenix as much as you could say that for Raleigh, Durham, as much as you could say that for any of these, any place where it's warm.
Right.
And about 1990, everybody decided that they were allowed to move and get the fuck out of New York and get out of New Jersey and get out of all these terrible places.
Fucking Connecticut.
Pennsylvania.
Anywhere where it snows constantly and it's black snow. It's not fucking
terrible.
white.
It's gross. Right. Yeah, that's when my mother moved out in 91. They went out west. So that's the thing. And they make these quaint little towns in the South and out here, and I don't like the quaint little towns in the South. I'm creeped out by them. I'm going to be real fucking honest with everyone out there now. There's some nice, it's beautiful, and there's some nice places. We talked about the pig picking, so that's my experience down there. But like, I find it really strange when there's a quaint little town with like a little town center that's like a, like a bustling little town center, and everybody's like, "It's so cute, it's so cute," and it's like they sold people right fucking there for a long time, like in that same exact spot in the middle of town. That's not quaint.
They auctioned off a human being right there.
Right there, where that is a, what is that? An artisan pudding shop now? What is that? Yeah, they sold people there. Fucking people.
Where you just bought your fucking gelato.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Somebody bought a Jamal.
And
what
we
the
just
fuck?
all pretend like it's so strange to me. Like it's just weird. I don't know. In Germany, like they take the Holocaust and that's a fucking museum and it's like a thing and they wall it off and you don't just hang out around there.
Right.
And go, this is quaint, ain't it? Yeah, I'm gonna have some more pudding. No, it's just here. We're just like, shit happens. Moving on. Very weird. Sorry, it's just a weird sidetrack on that.
They just like to pretend it didn't happen.
Yeah, it's
but
fine.
Then they fly that flag that fucking represented it. And you know what? I won't argue with you. Don't tweet me. I don't give a fuck.
We don't care. That's the thing. We don't give a shit. We're not ripping on the South in general. This is just very specific thing.
Right,
we
just
don't
stop
care.
pretending like it didn't happen.
It happened.
It fucking happened.
Look at the Japanese. That's how you take a loss right there. That's
you lay on a sword and fucking bleed out.
That's right. That's exactly right. Someone loses a Super Bowl, watch the interview afterwards.
Right.
They don't go, that shit didn't happen. You know who does that? Bad guys in wrestling. Right. That's who did it. They go, what do you mean I lost? I didn't lose.
It made up shit. That's what they do.
No, but it's on camera. We saw you at the pay-per-view. You lost. Like, I didn't lose. No, it didn't happen. Okay. No, still, everything's fine. Median age in this town, 40.7, which is about 3 years older than the national average on that. Yeah. More female than male here, almost 54% female, which is pretty high, a little bit out of whack.
Yeah.
Just an odd little anomaly, not exactly sure why here. Married population's a little higher, about 3% higher than the normal. It's all pretty much in range, except for the never married is a lot less.
Okay.
All the towns that we find that have higher church attendance have a higher marriage rate, I've noticed, which actually makes sense because the whole community is encouraging this activity. So, obviously there's going to be more of that. If everyone was cannibals, I guess there'd be more percentage of people that would be cannibals coming up from the new generation. I would understand.
Especially if the church encouraged it.
And the church was like, you should eat people. All right, I guess.
Try them. They're salty.
Every fucking... I like to put a little cayenne pepper on mine, spice it up a little bit, because the salt, you need to balance it. You know what I mean? So
we'll have a Fred boil this weekend.
Yeah, that's it. Widow population's about 3% higher, too, which obviously usually also, too, more widows is a higher female population always, because they outlive us always.
Sure.
Yeah, good for them.
There's
good
plenty
for you
of
guys.
reason for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
They put all of their shit on us, so we die. That's what happens. That's
so we die. They're doing it on purpose?
No, they just... No. It's not their fault.
Sorry, women, this isn't about
bark
you.
at us.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sorry. That's what you do.
Yeah,
you bark at us and we go, all right, I'll fix it. All right, I'll fix it.
You and we, and this sounds very personal, is what I'm getting at. You're really putting it out for a broad... This is a broad audience here. This is some dinner party conversation.
My laugh went faster than my vocal cords would allow it.
Oh man!
But that's what it is. They just bark at us, and we'll fix it, and then we fucking die 5 years earlier because we've been fixing it all.
This is very personal. What Jimmy's saying. This has nothing to do with you or anyone that you're around right now. Look around you. See anybody you see? That's not who he's talking about. This is very personal. Very personal. He goes home, and that's what this is about. So that's okay. Look around. It's all fine. I swear to God.
It's all right.
Race of this town.
78.46%
white.
Yeah.
So pretty white. 12.51% black.
Yep.
So they've lost some black people since 1860 when they were, free to leave after that.
22%?
Yeah. Once they were free to leave, they lost about
10% are like, fuck this place.
0.54% Asian. So they'll we'll take a couple of restaurants, but none of y'all. That's about it now. That's enough with your chanky wanky language or whatever you guys are saying. Yeah, that's enough of that. Goddamn, I see you snaking.
1941 taught us something.
Yeah. That's right, man. 5.5.
1741 didn't teach us shit.
Yeah,
or 18. I don't know.
1861 didn't teach us nothing. Goddamn.
There it is.
There you go.
Bang.
So Hispanic 5.55%, which is about a third of the normal there. So it's a southern town. It's pretty. There's white people, there's black people. 66% religious. That's a high number. That's a high number. That is 50% is average.
Well, if you remember, the Baptist church was a Lutheran. Well, I don't remember.
The Baptist, the Evangelists. Right. There's a lot down here. It's a whole deal here. 1.58% Catholic, 0.51% LDS. Right. 0.0% Jewish, 0.0% Muslim. Obviously, we're in South Carolina, in a small town. Voting wise, 24% Democrats, about 74% Republicans. Yeah. So this is the South. This is when people think of whatever they think of, it's their stereotype. Yeah. This is it. This is what you're thinking of right here. This is whatever, for good or for bad, whatever you want to do. But this is what you're talking about. Unemployment rate, a little higher than the average here. Not too bad, though, only within a percentage of it. Median household income in this place here is $40,453, which is about $13,000 below the national average, as we find in a lot of the rural towns. Yeah. But a lot of things are cheaper, as we'll get into here. The jobs, more manufacturing jobs than normal, is with the people making yarn left and right.
Shit, yeah.
It's a lot of manufacturing. In the county surrounding this town is a lot of agriculture and a lot of things like that. So that's a lot of the jobs, too, if you're out in the county and that sort of thing. Cost of living in this town, we say that 100 is par, 100 is average. Cost of living is 93 here. Housing is a 79.
Jesus.
So, it's always, damn, housing's low a lot. Median home cost here, $147,300, which is almost $40,000 less than the national average.
Right.
About half the houses here are between $100,000 and $200,000. Okay. So it's an affordable, small town type of deal here. And if we've convinced you, you must move. You have a yearning for yarn, the yarn that you can't quell. If you have a yarning, we convinced you. We have for you the Easley, South Carolina Real Estate Report. Let's get to it. First of all, we have a 2-bedroom apartment that, on the average here, goes for about $725.
That's not bad.
Not bad. It's about $300 less than the national average. I found a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square foot little house.
Yeah.
It's a quaint little house.
Yeah.
Looks like a big screened-in porch to sip lemonade on outside and whatever that's, I assume, down there. Just sip lemonade and Judge Black's, whatever you do down there. I don't know.
Screened in, safe from the mosquitoes.
That's what you do. It's $147,500. We have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,900 square foot house. This is brand new house, new construction, $216,990.
That's great.
That's not too shabby. It's a big house. It's a decent-looking house. And finally, a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,500 square foot house. This is a pretty one, too. It's a nice house. It's laid out. You can tell they took some care with this house. It's $299,900.
$300,000.
Just under the $300,000 mark. So get yourself to Easley and move there and do these amazing things to do. Is what you need to do here. First of all, you guys are going to miss it. It's Christmas. We're going to just passing Christmas. We're going to release this right before New Year. You missed the 2017 Easley Christmas Parade of Lights and Grand Illumination Ceremony.
Wow.
Fucking grand.
That sounds amazing.
They have a bush and they turn it on. They're like, there it is. All right, then. And then everybody goes home. That's it right there.
It's grand because they're in the South and they got to name it after their wizard.
You know it, man. So, people from Mississippi are the only people that have ever gotten mad at us, and then we still get messages from that first episode like, "Y'all, fuck you with Mississippi." Like, they're super pissed. I think South Carolina is probably going to join the list this week. No one else cares, by the way. No one else. You can make fun of Ohio all you want. People are like, I know it sucks. Everywhere you make fun of, fuck it. Who cares? These people are like, no, it's great. Okay, that's fine. You still think you want a war, so never mind. It's fine. So anyway, they had the Big League World Series there, which was the 15 to 18-year-old kids. It's like the next step of the Little League World Series. It's like
the
Senior League. Big League World Series. It was in Easley. It was held there for years, and then it was disbanded in 2016. So they eliminated that.
Nobody gives a shit about your Tyler.
Nobody cares. No, sorry, Tyler. Movies at the market they have in the summer where you go to a amphitheater outside and everybody sits there and watches movies, which it's so weird when people do that in a small town or anywhere, really.
Like
I don't want to watch
outside?
Yeah, I don't want to watch movies with strangers. Fuck away from me.
My neighborhood did it, and it's just fucking awkward because kids aren't going to sit through it no matter what child's
running around,
movie.
you're yelling at them. It's ridiculous.
It's so stupid.
In the theater, they have a seat that you can tell them to stay in this area.
Right. And then eventually it just turns into your neighbor wanting to talk to you. And it's like, if I wanted to talk to you, bro, I would have knocked on your fucking door.
I would would not pretend to not see you when I pass by you and you're out in your garage.
Exactly. Now I gotta sit through this conversation with Nightmare Before Christmas playing in between our conversation.
Makes it worse.
Right. I just want to fucking go home.
Makes it definitely worse here. Also, the Doodle Trail.
Okay.
Get yourself out on the Doodle Trail. It's a 7.5 mile
Doodle
of a trail. It's a
the fuck is that?
Multi-use trail. It's open from dawn to dusk for biking, walking, running, and rollerblading. But unauthorized mopeds or motorized vehicles will not be permitted on the trails. Don't you dare fucking bring a moped. I swear to God, you're going to get tossed right out of there.
That's ridiculous.
Crime rate in this town is what we care about here. Property crime is almost double the national average.
Okay.
I don't know what is going on in this goddamn town, but they will steal your shit.
Yeah.
Lock it down, everybody, when you go to Easley.
Thieving bastards.
Roll them up, lock them down. Violent crime, murder, rape, robbery, assault.
Yeah.
The big four, the Mount Rushmore of crime, is about 10% higher than average here, which in a small town, it's about average. Maybe 10%, who knows, from one year to the next. That's one extra thing that happened. Who cares? So it's a pretty normal kind of town. Like I said, quaint. It's the type of place where you'd move from the north to get away from shit, and I don't know, or you'd live there forever.
Right.
I'm not sure which one.
Have some sweet tea and a mosquito bite.
That's it. Let's talk about some people that lived there, shall we? Let's talk about some residents of this nice town. Let's talk about, first of all, the family, the Dixon family.
Sure.
Let's discuss them. Samuel Andrew Dixon is the dad. Goes by Andy.
Yeah.
Andy Dixon, nice guy by all accounts.
Yeah.
No one ever has a bad word to say about this guy. Whenever there's a guy in our story that starts out like he's a nice guy, no one ever has a bad word to say about him. You know that something bad's going to happen to him. Probably
it's either going to happen to him or nobody suspected it.
Nobody suspected
he was such a dickhead.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, like I remember, was it Nebraska, Burlingame, Nebraska? That guy's just, hey, normal guy. Killed everybody.
Fucking
just Thanksgiving slaughter
gone.
time. It's okay. Crazy shit. Yeah. So this is this guy here. We don't know which yet. I'm not going to say what old Andy does here.
Flip your coin and take your bets now.
Is he gonna kill everyone or be killed? Let's see.
Kill or be killed.
Kill or be killed. That's kind of the point of the show too. It's
take a guess.
Who's gonna die? Let me introduce you to a couple people. Let's see if they're alive at the end of this. We'll see. Maybe either by the hand of the state or by some sort of psychopath. Either one. Not everybody's going to make it out of our stories.
Somebody's lowering the boom.
We're leaving some people behind.
Yes.
When we start out on a trail, some people are going to get left behind. We can't go back for them. We're sorry.
We got time to get.
No. So Andy Dixon's 46 years old here at this point in 2008. It was when our story is going to take place and revolve around. He was employed. He works for for Vulcan Materials, which is he does like blue collar shit. He does something with electrical. He's some sort of electrician because his son looks up to him and he wants to be involved in this too. So
got it.
Some sort of electrician, something good and steady, and hopefully he has some benefits, that sort of thing. He's doing a family normal job here. He's actively involved with the Wren Youth Association. Wren is the name of one of the high schools around there, so it's kind of what they name shit. So he's helping kids out. He's involved in the youth association. I know he donates money, donates a little bit of his time, that sort of thing.
Wren, like the bird?
Yeah, like WREN. Yeah, Wren. So not bad. I mean, he's a nice guy. He's got a son, Taylor Alex Dixon, who's 14 years old at this time. He's married. He's married to a woman. This is his second wife.
And he is, not the 14-year-old.
The 14-year-old is not married. The 14-year-old is actually married
Listen, man, it's
to an older
South Carolina.
lady. That's true. He is 14. That's a fact. You're right.
He has a job.
That's true.
His wife makes him coffee in the morning.
He's married to a 7-year-old. It's very interesting. It's a weird relationship. Nobody can drive, which makes it super strange, but they get by. You know what I mean? It's inspirational, honestly. It's for your relationship. You look at them and you go, if they can make it, then I can make it.
Yeah, if they can't make it, then what chance do I have?
What are we going to do here? Jesus Christ.
So Andy's married.
Andy's married. This is his second wife. He was married to Patricia earlier. That's where he had Taylor and where he had his other son, who we'll talk about, Nathaniel Dixon, who was 18 at this time. He had those two kids with with his ex-wife, and now he is married to Maritza Hurtado.
Oh.
Yeah, he went Hispanic.
Yes, he did.
Went one of the few in the town.
My man.
And he was like, I like that.
Yes,
that's exotic. And he found
absolutely.
her. Also living in the house is her daughter, Maritza's daughter, who is, her name is Melissa Gilliam, and I say their middle name because I guess her nickname is Jilly Bean.
Okay.
They call her Salazar. So Melissa Salazar, she's 19 years old.
Okay.
So this is a family, and everybody gets along. It's like the stepmother gets along with the kids.
Oh, that's great.
Father gets along with the stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to be in a certain harmony here.
Yeah, except for Maritza and Melissa go off oftentimes to make fun of how they call quesadillas quesadillas.
Yeah, they do shit like that. They say shit in Spanish in the kitchen about them, and like,
you believe he called it a tortilla?
He's like, "What'd you say? You saying something? I heard something." No, we were just talking about the food. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought I heard something. That's all I'm saying.
I heard somebody repeat tortilla.
I heard tortilla. I think I heard Andy in there because you said chicka chicka banga 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 chimichanga Andy. That's what I heard.
Chicka tortilla. So I assume you're making fun of me and the way I say tortilla.
But that's all right though, because you're exotic and this
Can I
is
get
a small town.
So one of them queso tortillas.
And there's only like 4 Asians, so it's you or that, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to go with you because there's a few more to choose from. Now, Nathaniel Dixon's the 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And he's a typical 18-year-old kid, just kind of directionless, a little rudderless. Not a bad kid, just rudderless. And this is kind of just
18 years old, that's kind of what you do at that time.
Yeah, he's not a kid who's real on a track to college. He's not a kid who's driven. He's just a kid who's like, I don't know what I'm doing now.
He's just out in the ocean drifting.
And there's so many kids like this.
It happens so often.
And a lot of times it's you if you don't have drive, and a lot of times if you're from a family, like my family never said, you need to go to college. And no, my family never said anything. They were just like, still alive? Okay, good.
G today?
Yeah. G. No. You in there? All right. Good. His car's in the driveway. He's fine. He's all right. It's good. Don't worry about it.
But that's a lot of kids don't. A lot of kids don't pick a major in college until they're like 20 or 21. It's like at 18 years old, just be fine drifting. Who gives a shit? Coast.
Try to have some direction.
Right. Yeah,
like
sure.
this kid here.
Don't just be a bump on a log and a piece of shit and drain on society.
No, that's a problem.
Give a shit.
And give a shit a little bit. This Nathaniel here, he's friends with a guy named Brantley Creel, which is a very southern name.
That's super southern.
This is my friend Brantley Creel. That's a guy that you go crappie fishing with.
Is that a first name, by the way?
Brantley.
I can see Brantley Creel being a first name. This
is Brantley Creel. Brantley Creel Johnson right here is my buddy. Brantley Creel is Dixon's, is Nathaniel's buddy. They're friends all the way since high school.
Okay.
They didn't even go to the same high school, but they were buddies in high school because they were the kids that went to the career center, that like outside of high school, like
Job Corps.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like they leave at 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock, and you'd have to go like get blue collar training, basically type of deal. Which it's a lot of times with directionless kids and the kids that aren't doing well in school academically. They're like, well, let's teach you how to solder some shit together because you can make $25 an hour doing that rather than being a fucking bum. Much better path, absolutely. It's a good money. Fucking benefits. It's fantastic.
There's money, and you're actually contributing.
You can support your family, and you can do whatever you need to do here. Now, this apparently, like Nathaniel's kind of a jokester, kind of a happy-go-lucky guy.
All right.
The South again. You need some Italians down here because your nicknames are terrible, and this is a terrible nickname that you just copied from Italians.
He got himself a nickname?
Brantley nicknamed him Rocky.
Okay.
So that's what he just stole Italians' nicknames. And we'll get you an original one.
His name's Nathaniel, and they called him Rocky.
Don't know why they called him Rocky. Described as just a normal guy. Said he liked to joke around a lot.
Yeah.
Never like lashed out at anybody. Wasn't a real angry guy. None of shit like that. Said he wanted to be an electrician someday, maybe.
Yeah.
Didn't know. Creel said about him. Creel is his last name. That is a terrible last name.
Creel?
Yeah, that sounds like something you scrape off of a fish tank. There's Creel built up all in there. Get it out.
There's Creel everywhere.
Yeah, I hired the guy. He said he would get rid of the Creel. It's still growing back. I don't know nothing.
What a terrible.
Check the pH level. I don't know.
Creel sounds dope as shit.
That's Creel. It's delicious.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
But Creel sounds slimy.
Not good. It sounds like krill, which is like I think those little shitty shrimp, the brine fish, brine shrimp,
freeze dried shrimp
that you feed to into weird things.
Giant fish.
Yeah, exactly. So this little freeze-dried
giant
weirdo here.
freshwater scary fish, by the way. Not like big saltwater fish, whatever. I expect them to be scary.
Yeah.
But a freshwater fish that's big is fucking terrifying.
It's fucking terrifying. It is terrifying. You're like, you're growing in a place you shouldn't grow.
You're growing that big in a place that's so small and so controlled.
It's absolutely like that. So Creel said of him, quote, "I've seen this dude at school just push him to the edge, and all he would do is just cut up and make a joke and turn it right around on him. He wasn't a violent kind." So they're saying he's a nice kid.
He made fun of the bully. All right.
Yeah, he just would turn, hey, blah, blah, blah. He's that kind of guy. So, yeah, these two, Creel and Nathaniel, old Rocky.
Yep.
I'm not calling him Rocky.
No.
I refuse to call his asshole Rocky. Just based on that.
He doesn't even get Nate.
Yeah.
He's getting Nathaniel.
He's done nothing wrong. That's not the point. I'm just not calling him Rocky because that's a ridiculous nickname for a kid named Nathaniel with blonde hair and blue eyes from Easley, South Carolina. No, sorry. So these two, they ended up being lab partners while studying electronics at the Career and Technology Center. Nathaniel went to Wren High School, and Creel went to Belton Honea Path High School. Creel said, quote, "He was just kind of a joker. He was always cutting jokes and acting goofy and stuff like that." So that's fine. Nathaniel tried to be a pitcher in high school on the baseball team. He tried to, tried out for the team in the 10th grade. Didn't make the team. So he's a little disappointed about that. But they said it never really was a huge deal to him. Took it in stride. Everybody said he took everything in stride. Anything bad that happened. They said they would help each other out in school, Creel and Nathaniel. Creel said, quote, "Without him, I would fail. Without me, he would fail."
Oh, that's cute.
They kept their shit together. That's good. Keeping themselves accountable for things. That you do your project.
Each other out. Yeah.
That's good. You need sometimes in school, especially if you're two people who don't have any direction.
Right.
Maybe if you get together, you can get an idea of a direction.
Sure.
We're going that way somewhere. West. Just westward. I don't know. We can wander a little northwest or southwest, but we're going west.
Seems warmer out there. Yeah, I like that idea. And then they just keep walking.
That's it, man. He said, Creel said, quote, "He was my best friend up there at the Career Center. And by the way, I will quote exactly. And these people, you can tell how Southern they are by reading their words." And that's just, he said, "He was my best friend up there at the Career Center. He wanted to get a degree in electricity and go work for Duke Power. That's what he told me." And I picture him saying that real fast, too. He worked for Duke Power. That's what he told me. That's right.
I like that they always got to put, like, all you have to say is he was my best friend at the Career Center. He puts up there in there also.
Up there at the Career Center. That's what I mean. Up there. Little words like that, you can tell, and we'll pick it all out.
It's hilarious. That's what he
true.
told me. You don't have to say that's what he told me. We understand.
Yeah.
We're coming to you as a professional on this subject.
We get it, damn it. Tell me about him. You know, and we want to know.
That's what he told me.
That's what he told me.
You
Who
already
else
have the credit.
Up there, and that's what he told me. He's got to add a couple extra little things here. That's what I'm saying. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I don't know. Sorry, Jesus. South. Goddamn.
Anybody that says "I'll tell you what" will tell you nothing at all.
And before you get pissed off, South, when we did New York and New Jersey and everything like that, I was unmerciful. Way worse than this. And that's where I'm from. So I am equal opportunity. So is Jimmy. Fuck you. And Jimmy's white trash, too.
So white trash.
White trash and we're equal opportunity. So eat shit if you have a problem with this. You know it's true. Just suck it up and fucking take it and laugh at yourself.
My favorite thing I've ever heard from somebody in the South, whether it's Texas or South Carolina, somewhere in that shit, they said,
that's way different.
I'll bet you. I know. I'm going.
Yeah, you just said whole region. Whole region.
I'll bet you a T-bone steak. What?
Whoa, that sounds very Texas. I like that bet. I like that bet. I want to win that fucking bet. Yeah, I love steak. That'd be great.
No, but they say something like, "I'll bet you a T-bone steak," and then it's something that you can't win.
Is that the Southern version of dollars to donuts? Yes. Is that the Southern version of dollars to donuts? That's the Southern. I'll bet you a T-bone steak.
Right.
That just
dollars
sounds more
to donuts.
appealing.
What does that even mean? Like, you're going to give me a
You could put up donuts, and I'll put up money. And that's how confident
Is that what
I am.
It means?
That's exactly what it means.
Okay.
I'm so confident, I'll put my money up against your shit, stale, day-old donuts. I don't give a fuck. That's what that means, yeah. Dollars
I
to
bet
donuts.
you a T-bone steak, and then they'd say something that.
But a donut's about $1, so it's kind of it's an outdated statement, I think.
It's like $1.29 now.
Yeah,
donuts are worth more
You'd
than
be
your
like,
cash.
shit. Well, yeah, you got $10, give me a dozen. That's fucking, that's fair. And now it's just an exchange. Now it's just a transaction. What happened? What happened, people? The donut economy's falling apart. It's falling apart. What are we doing?
All right, I bet you T-bone steak. We keep going.
That's right. I bet you a T-bone steak. Somebody gonna get killed here in the story. Bet you a T-bone steak on it.
All right.
So now these two, after school, they would do typical rudderless teenager shit. They would ride ATVs and play video games.
Oh.
That was their thing. Who does?
It's my white trash childhood.
I mean,
I
it's
like it.
the most normal thing possible here. They would play their favorite game, and this was on PS. This was when PS3 first came out, about 2008. Was Army of Two, apparently. This game. Now, I've never heard of this game either. It was apparently sort of popular. I don't know. It's one of these games. I looked it up. It's a third-person shooter. It's an EA Electronic Arts game. Yeah. The way they describe it in the description is, quote, the game is centered upon two mercenaries fighting through war, political turmoil, and a conspiracy from 1993 to 2009. Basically, you go through and it start off. You're in Somalia, and then you go to like Afghanistan and Iraq, and it's an army game. I don't know. We play Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto.
I'm on board.
You go around, you shoot people, and you have a mission to accomplish, and you got to beat a whatever. A lot of guys at the end of a level. Typical goddamn video game. Yeah, that sort of thing here. So they're playing that. Goddamn nothing weird or out of the ordinary about that, by the way. We're not saying a word about it. They're playing video games, so they're shooting
goddamn
people.
video games.
I'm not saying that at all, because this is normal, and out of a trillion kids that play video games, everything's fine. So anyway, Nathaniel, he ends up graduating from Wren High School in 2007. He said at the time when he graduated, he was going to go join the Marine Corps. That was his plan. He just other than that, he liked to play video games, hung out with his family. Everybody liked him. Was never in any trouble at all in high school. Liked to hang out with Taylor, his little brother. Taylor was a baseball player. Taylor was actually a good baseball player. Played on the 8th grade team.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was a very good player. Played on the 8th grade team. Was a pitcher also. Now, Creel said that Dixon wanted to join the Marine Corps, but Creel said he backed out at the last minute.
I can relate.
Yeah, that's what he told Creel. In reality, he actually scored too low on the testing, but he lied to his family and friends.
Ouch.
I'm not a coward. I'm an idiot. I swear. Yeah. I swear I'm dumb.
And that's crazy.
Either way, that's not. You're not a coward if you don't. The Marines are hard. That's
you can
hard.
score out of that. Really?
Apparently, you can be dumb enough. Maybe I don't even know. I was going to say maybe psychological test, but what is it? A psychological test? You don't want to kill enough,
right?
You're to this. I don't know about him.
I don't know how committed to the Marines you are, boy.
I feel like you wouldn't slit a throat now in front of me.
Would you drink the blood, boy?
Would you drink it now?
Would you bathe in it?
Sorry, Marines. No offense to Marines. They want you guys to fucking kill people.
I'll be honest with you.
What they do.
If I have a choice between you or a guy that's going to bathe in the blood, I want that guy fighting for me.
That's his job.
Fuck yes.
If he was sitting here, the show would suck.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
right, exactly.
It wouldn't be funny at all.
Get out there and scrub your armpits with that blood. Get out of here.
He does that, I'll do this, and that's our roles. And I'll do this, and hopefully he'll listen to this and be entertained while he kills people.
Laugh while he's parading a head around the camp.
Yeah,
I'm in.
We need that. That's fine. That's all good. I'm not talking shit at all. Trust me.
Go get him, you mercenary.
That's right. So he backs it, but he doesn't score high enough.
That's crazy.
So I don't understand what that is. There's got to be some sort of examination, and I don't know. Maybe he threw it. Maybe he threw the test.
I could see that.
Who knows? I mean, maybe he was like, I want to join the Marines.
Right.
Oh, they wouldn't take me.
Right.
Darn.
Damn it.
Maybe he was just, who knows what
they
the hell
asked my name and I wrote CAT.
Fuck. Damn it. Damn. Well, where's that yarn factory?
Right.
Never mind. He wishes he could get a job at the yarn factory.
Yeah.
Yarn, baby.
Fuck yeah.
Who doesn't want yarn, by the way?
I could give a fuck.
I've always wanted to work with yarn, Jimmy.
Have you?
I've had a longing to work with yarn-related products.
Right.
I want to know how you make yarn.
I don't. I
do you
assume
spin it? Do you twist it?
Is it handmade or is that? There's got to be a machine, right?
Can you imagine little lady
somebody just twisting?
Yeah, I picture
twisting.
Like little immigrant women sitting in there, and they're just
rolling with their fingers,
taking individual strands that really thin like hairs, put them up. That's enough, and then twisting them.
And just really that's enough.
Perfect, and then they make a ball. It takes like 7. Imagine how expensive yarn would be.
Oh, my God, yarn would be it'd be more expensive than gold.
It would. It would be dollars to yarn is what people would be saying. No, I'm not betting that. My yarn is expensive. So what do you do after you go to high school, you graduate, you don't know what to do, you try to join the military, you can't, you don't test high enough, maybe physically he didn't test high enough
That's possible too,
because I know there's physical, the Marines
there definitely is.
Yeah, they don't just go, sure, anybody, come on, we'll take anybody. That's not really how it works there. You have to, Riddick Bowe didn't make it, as we know.
Definitely did not.
Who was a professional heavyweight champion boxer.
He was like 52 at the time.
It took like 6 weeks and he was like, I'm good. That's enough of that.
Go back to truck driving.
I have a mansion. I'm going to leave now because that was in his prime of his career. So I'm going to leave and go back to my mansion rather than have this guy yell at me for 12 hours a day. This is nuts.
Starting at 5 a.m. Like ridiculous.
Yeah. So what do? You can't get into the Marines. You need a job. Where do you go? No. He's legit.
Really?
He's legit. He's not growing weed. He's not nothing illegal.
Nothing.
He does the absolute. I can't think of anything else. He works at McDonald's.
Okay.
That is just. I don't know. That's literally if you said I can't find a job.
That's the most
I don't get a fucking job at McDonald's.
Right.
I don't know. That is the lowest base of a job that you could get. So sorry if you work at McDonald's.
It's fine.
Strive for Wendy's. Go to Five Guys.
Right.
Get on over to In-N-Out. Right. Yeah, do something. Actually, don't go to In-N-Out with their fucking Psalms on the bottom of their fucking cups.
Oh, they do, don't
fuck
they?
Fuck them. Yeah, fuck their Psalms. No, don't do it.
I just remembered that.
Yeah.
I completely forgot.
If you're religious, fine. Don't tell me to be religious on the bottom of my milkshake, please. Right. I don't need that shit. I'm buying a milkshake, not Jesus. Thank you. It's a Jesus shake.
In that milk.
Jesus
I don't
in
know
that
if
milk.
You know that.
That's all very different from the Marines, by the way. McDonald's. That's.
That's entirely different.
I hope he gave it the same gusto. Extra cheese, sir. Yes, sir.
Sorry, yes, sir.
Screaming.
Right.
Fuck me.
You want barbecue with them nuggets, sir? Sorry, yes, sir.
2 apple pies for $1, sir. Yes, sir. So Dixon here. Jesus, his life isn't going great.
No.
Okay, he gets out of high school, no college, no direction, which is fine. But I mean, he's hanging out with Brantley Creel, playing video games. They're not even smoking weed or drinking or anything really either. That's the other thing. They just kind of hang out.
How do you play video games all day long with no weed?
I don't know. They're bored. That's another thing too. They're bored. It's a small town. There's nothing much to do.
Sure.
They went and saw the slave block, and they're like, okay, I've seen that now. Now what do I do?
Right.
So. They go here. They don't have much to do. His life isn't going well. Like I said, he's fine with his family. But other than that, outside of his family, everything sucks for him pretty much. He works at McDonald's. He loses his job at McDonald's after a while.
No.
His girlfriend breaks up with him.
Uh-oh.
He had a girlfriend. She breaks up with him. So we can see things sliding.
Yeah.
Like a year ago, this guy, his life was much better.
Yes.
He was in high school. He had a girlfriend. Things were going well. But Creel said that he wasn't even that upset about his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Wasn't that troubled. He had, let's have a quote here. He says Creel says, quote, he said that he was upset about it, but he didn't act like it bothered him. He just acted like, whatever, I'll get another one later.
Okay.
It's kind of the way he was, happy-go-lucky. Creel said, quote, she was the only girl he had ever told he loved. You could tell it upset him, but he was still cutting up and hanging out like he always did. That's a very Southern term, too. He was cutting up and hanging out. They put a G on the end of it, but guarantee you there was no G on the end of it.
It ended in N for sure.
He was cutting up.
Cutting up.
And an apostrophe, that word without a doubt. So that's it. So, I mean, he takes shit in stride.
Yeah.
I know plenty of people who don't take shit in stride this well, including myself.
Yeah.
And
I'm not good at it.
I'm not good at it either.
I dwell on shit.
And if I got fired from McDonald's, couldn't get into the Marines, and that's what I wanted to do, and then my girlfriend dumped me, and I lived in a small town in the middle of nowhere,
I might feel like a complete piece of shit all day.
It's stacking up right there.
Yeah.
It's you're going to become an alcoholic. It's going to be miserable. So about April 10th, 2008, he has a dispute with his roommate because he lives on his own.
Okay.
Working at McDonald's, and he'd work, take a couple shifts waiting tables at some restaurant.
Wow.
He's just trying to patch together some kind of living. He's got a couple roommates. Yeah. And like we said, 2-bedroom apartment there was like $725. And that's now.
That's like 12,000 hours at McDonald's a month.
That is, but half of that, with a couple of shifts waiting tables, you might be able to cover
figure it out.
But he did have money problems, actually, because there was a dispute with his roommate where his roommate kicked him out of the apartment after he accused Dixon of stealing his credit card.
Oh, Christ.
So that's not great right there.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing we've ever heard of where he did something untoward, illegal, dishonest, even just outside. First time where you go, well, that's not terrific.
That's not Christian.
Here. That's just not Christian of you. That is not the bottom of an In-N-Out cup. Right. I'm sorry. So he gets kicked out of here. Now, he doesn't have a lot of money, so he can go put down a security deposit on his own place. So he ends up having to move back in with his family here, which sucks. You're 18, you were out.
Yeah.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, you're 18, you're out. You're like, this is great.
This is amazing.
You work at McDonald's. Who gives a shit? He had a girlfriend and a place to have sex with her. Imagine how great that. 18, you are king of the world. If you have a girlfriend
and a place to have sex with
and
her.
a room with a futon,
right.
even if it's the storeroom from Holcomb, if you said, I got some room in the storeroom, you're like, great, that's my area. We're going to have sex in here. I don't care. I'm 18. This is terrific. If someone is willing to have sex with me and I have a space for it, I'm happy. So he went from that to living with...
To no girlfriend no place to have sex with her.
No place to have sex with anyone.
Right.
And no free McDonald's
The
anymore
only thing
either.
he's got is a shower to have sex with himself.
That's it.
That's no good.
That's it. Now, Creel says horseshit.
Yeah.
Creel is not buying this.
Really?
Old Brantley Creel said, quote, he ain't one to steal. I've left my wallet just laying around.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He ain't steal shit from me. I left my wallet laying around.
Do?
That's just leave your wallet laying around. I take it out of my pocket.
Brantley,
I throw it down.
you may want to keep track of your wallet a little bit.
Just leave it laying everywhere. I leave it laying around. I put it on the coffee table. I said, there you go. You want to steal from me? Steal from me.
Yeah.
I said, that's how you know someone's honest. That's what you do down here. That's how we do it.
Is that how you keep your friends? How many wallets have you gone through, Brantley?
No, I put all my yarn on the front porch. I say, you want to come get it? You come get it. That's fine. I'll know who you are then. I'll know all about you and what you're about at that point. That's right. You come steal my yarn.
Right.
That's right. Of course, I'm going to shoot you if I find you, but that's all right. But Dixon, even this didn't get Nathaniel down.
Really?
Even this. We just described how shitty this is. And he went, nope, fine.
I'll be all right.
He said, I'll be all right. He told Creel that he liked being back home with his family.
What?
He said he liked his parents and he liked spending time with his little brother again. And he said it actually was good.
Okay.
That's how I don't know what is going.
He's out of his mind, but okay.
He is just a duck, just water, just right off his back like nobody's business.
Doesn't give a fuck.
Doesn't give a shit.
No.
And he can make the best of any situation. And he's positive. To me, that's huge because I'm not a positive person like that. One thing goes wrong, I'm a disaster. If you get like a succession of 5, holy shit, I'm a mess. I am a mess.
And at 18, he can already control that. I'm 36 years old.
I have no control.
If I have 3 bad things in a day, fuck this day. I'm going back to bed.
That's the thing. This year, he's like loses his job, can't get in the Marines.
That's huge.
Girlfriend dumps him, no room to have sex with her, back in with the parents.
These are big things.
All right,
those are life-changing events.
Yeah.
Holy Christ.
This is a together guy at this point here. And it's funny, too, because he's got Creel, who seems to be willing to listen if he wanted a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, they're tight. He tells him, I was the only girl I ever told I loved. That's a real intricate detail, a real intimate detail that I don't know that you would tell someone you're not very close to.
You wouldn't tell basically anybody
Especially if you're some young dude who's trying to be cool, and I like to play games and ride ATVs and shit.
I'm a tough guy.
Yeah, exactly. I figure that, it's how I figure that. This was an afternoon of ATV riding. They were out on the trail, and they stopped for a minute, They're sitting there.
You picture like Brokeback Mountain riding horses, and they stop for a minute.
They stop on a ridge, and they're like, "Man, I'll tell you what, that Tammy boy, I miss her. You know what I mean?" And Creel said, "Really? Man, she's a nice girl. She's a nice girl." And he said, "Yeah, you know what? She's the only girl I ever told I loved." He's like, "Really?" And he says, "That's right." And he said, "Boy, I tell you what. And then that's it. The conversation's over because they can't go beyond that.
Right.
They're 2 Southern guys.
That's so far already. They're out on a limb.
So, they went way out there. They literally had to put their helmets back on and be like, "Oh no, let's get out of here.
Shake it off.
Yeah,
let's make smoke."
That is this close to a dick in their mouth to these type of guys. They're like, "Oh man, I just told him how I felt. I can't be doing that."
I told him about emotion and
shit. So. Anyway, so Creel says, quote, he said his dad made him get back into Tri-County Tech to stay there. He went and signed up that week. Tri-County Tech is Tri-County Technical School. It's for electricians. You go there to learn how to be an electrician.
All right.
So his dad said, you want to move back home, you got to go to school to be an electrician.
Yeah.
Fine. Good.
Yeah,
His dad has given him direction.
Yeah.
That's a good goddamn parent. He said, you are welcome to be here, but I'd like to have you in school. He's going to pay for it, too, for Christ's sake. So what the fuck? Yeah,
that's
do
great.
it. Yeah, he wants him to have some direction. You're 18 years old. You're dicking off. You got fired from McDonald's, for Christ's sake. Let's get you some...
Professing to Creel all the women you've ever loved, which is one.
Yeah,
but...
which is one. All the women.
The list was very short.
Yeah, all the women. Tammy.
Right.
I don't know her name, but Tammy seems like the right name.
Right.
I think it's just from Run, Ronnie, Run. I'm getting that from Mr. Show because I think that was Tammy
or Sheila, but that's close.
It was the perfect name. Right. I don't know. I can hear Tammy bellowing from a trailer window. Tammy. Where the damn kids at? I picture that. I can
bellowing from a trailer window.
You can hear
there it is. Yeah.
Through this
2 syllables, and it rattles through those shit cheap glass.
The tin rattles when you hear Tammy. Tammy! It's one of those things.
And then he stands up, and you hear beer cans clang when he takes a step.
Clang, 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 trips over 6 of them. Like they're 8 inches deep on the floor.
like a ball pit at McDonald's or some shit.
A ball pit of beer cans. I fucking like that, man.
Unbelievable.
That is top notch, man. So he's got to go back to school to stay there. He said he didn't. Creel said he didn't talk much about his stepmother, stepsister, except that they were fine. Yeah. Whatever. Didn't know him that well, but it was like, whatever.
It's a language barrier.
He said he admired his dad's skills as an electrician. Very much. He looked up to his dad.
Yeah.
Actually, looked up to him. He actually talks about him later on in social media, even about what a great guy he is.
Really?
And how he's like a hero to him and all this type of shit here. And Creel also had nothing but good things to say about his brother, Taylor. Spent tons of time with Taylor.
Yeah.
They hung out. He wanted to work for Duke Power, like we said. Had one little problem recently, though. Okay. He moves in, and within the first 2 weeks he's at home. This is he moves in April 10th-ish, 2008. He is accused of, and I'm sure he did, stole $600 in change from his father. His father had one of those big change.
Like a 5-gallon water jug.
Yeah, one of those big water things.
$600
a couple of coffee cans full of quarters.
Holy shit.
Stole $600 in change. That's probably, 4 years worth of change that this guy's been chucking in this fucking thing.
That's got to be 20
a lot of
years.
change. Yeah, it's a lot. But he steals $600 in change. So that's...
You're going to notice that missing.
You notice that missing.
That's a lot.
Hey, that's huge, too. Yeah. It's like, where's that giant 5-gallon water thing I had sitting here that was just full of change?
Overflowing in all silver change. I don't put pennies in there.
Oh, by the way, where's my hand cart, too? Because you need that to move $600 in change. So
whoever you find a hand cart in an empty 5-gallon drum, I'll tell you who did it.
That's put it right on there. So so he steals $600 from him. Now, Dixon and Creel, he's been at home. Dixon's lived at home about 2 weeks. We're in the week of like April 23rd, 24th, around there. Dixon's been hanging out with Creel every night. Just playing video games, doing shit. One night, the 25th of April, they go out to a private firing range and practice shooting. They do 30-30s and 22 rifles. Creel said they had a good time. They had a friendly competition in trying to shoot targets. He said it was nothing out of the ordinary. He said, quote, that was about the only time he's ever went shooting with me, but he enjoyed it. So he said, it wasn't normally his thing. They normally rode ATVs, but play video games, but they wanted to go shooting. What the shit? Everybody had a good time. They made plans to get together the next morning. They're supposed to ride ATVs. Creel lives in Belton, which is about 20 miles out from here. And he has there's a lot of woods and trails and shit behind his house. That's where they ride ATVs. That's where they have their thought ridges, where they can talk about the women they loved. And
up on Thought Ridge.
Up on Thought Ridge, relationships past, and the sting of heartbreak on an 18-year-old young man in the South. You know how it is. So they're up there. They're
strapping a flat top 6 string to his back.
You know how it is.
On the back of a quad right up there and just write a song on Thought Ridge.
Let me ask you something, Nathaniel. You about to sing to me?
Let me ask you something, Creel. You ever kissed a man?
You tell me first. You tell me if you're singing to me first, and I'll tell you about what I'm into, all right? Because we might be crossing paths is what I'm talking about here. If you sing...
Your man-kissing path might cross my man-singing path.
If you sing, I might want to kiss you. That's all I'm saying now. I find it very attractive in a young man, and I ain't going to lie to you. I'll tell you what. So April 26th, 2008, this is the next morning. They're supposed to go shooting. Apparently that night, between Nathaniel leaving Creel after they went shooting, and in the morning time, he came home late. I don't know if they went shooting, and I assume they went shooting, then they went home, played some video games. Let's shoot some more on the video game, and then he ends up coming home late. Now, he's 18 years old, but he comes in at 2 o'clock in the morning. He comes in at 2 a.m., and his dad is upset, saying he came home too late. So I'll say this about his dad. His dad is trying to keep him in some sort of structure.
Right.
You have no job. You're coming in at 2 a.m. You're doing all this. You need to register for school, come in earlier, start. He's trying to get him on a straight and narrow path here, which I give him credit for. As a dad, it's very easy for a lot of times when these kids are 18 years old to just be like, whatever, fuck him. He's not my fucking problem anymore. I'm worried about the 14-year-old now. Let's make sure he doesn't turn into this. So, so he gets mad at him. And it was a Saturday night, too. That's the other thing. So, I mean, it wasn't like it was, a Tuesday night or something. But still, his dad got mad at him. Dixon said that he had a fitful night of sleep.
Okay.
Didn't sleep very much. Is
that what that means?
A tough, just not getting a sound rhythm going. Okay. Not getting any REM action going here. He should
get himself a Lisa mattress.
He really should. You know what? He actually should get himself a Lisa mattress because those things are goddamn comfortable as shit. I'm still loving my Lisa mattress, by the way. That is a free one for you guys.
Freebies for you, Lisa.
That's how good their mattresses are. That we'll throw a freebie in there in the middle of a murder story. So after he has what he says a fitful night of sleep, Nathaniel goes to his brother Taylor's closet to look for some clothes. I guess they are about the same size, so they would exchange clothes. I could see that happening. Like, hey, I wore your shirt, I got your sweatshirt, and you got my jeans or whatever the fuck. So he goes in there looking for some clothes of him, and he's supposed to go, but he's supposed to be riding at 7 a.m. But this is past 7 a.m. Okay, this is why. Okay, 9:17 a.m.
Yeah.
Here, he's supposed to go be there at 7. 9:17 a.m. He calls Creel.
Okay.
And he says, hey, you still want to go riding? Whatever. I got some shit to talk
Realize
about.
I'm about 2.5 hours late.
Yeah, I'm about 2.5 hours late, but I got my banjo on my back and I'm ready to spill my soul.
Let's do
this. Creel said, quote, I told him, yeah, come on down. And he said he'd be there in 45 minutes. So that was it. So, come on over. Let's go. No problem. Yeah, sure. I'm sitting here. What the fuck else am I going to do? Okay. So let's figure out what old Nathaniel does from here. Okay. Now Nathaniel, he's a little upset, not too upset, but he was upset about the problem last night with his dad.
Yeah.
He says he told his dad that he has a Ford Thunderbird. That's his car.
Yeah.
Which is a big piece of shit.
Right.
And he said that
That's what I had.
I had a friend that had a Thunderbird, so I know it's a piece of shit.
It's quick.
Yeah.
But it's fucking stupid.
He had a turbo.
Oh,
and it just
did he?
Broke down every third day. Every third day. It was awesome when it got going. It was fast, but Jesus, would it break down constantly. It was a pile of shit.
Supercharged V6, right?
I think it was. I'm not sure. I don't remember. It was 20. But if you put anything but the 93 fuel in it, it would not start. Would not start.
Wouldn't even run.
No, my friend, he was my friend's. Like, I was friends with him, but he was my best friend's older brother. And one time he was supposed to go on a trip. This guy and my little brother, my friend's friend, was supposed to put gas in his car.
Right.
His little brother, and he put gas in his car and didn't put the right thing.
Right.
Friend went outside, fired up that car, and it didn't fucking fire up. Came in the house going, "What fucking color gas did you? What fucking color was it?" My friend ran in the bathroom, and my other friend with the car tried to kick the door down for like 5 minutes, yelling, "What fucking color did you put in my fucking car?" It was insanity. So Thunderbird, very touchy is what I'm getting at here. He tells him this isn't a turbo problem. Right. He tells him that he had a tire problem with the Thunderbird. Okay. That's what he's telling his dad. He's like, I had a tire problem. He was upset about that, and the father told him they have a Ford Explorer that's kind of one of the family cars.
Yeah.
It's a shitty gold Ford Explorer, and the father told Nathaniel to just take that in the morning if he needed to go out or whatever because his car didn't work. So that was all happening here. So everyone's asleep at this point. It's in the morning. The father isn't home at the moment, but everyone else is asleep, or what he thinks. His little brother's asleep there. He's sleeping in his little brother's room in the back of the house. I guess he's roomed up with his little brother here now because he's had to move back at home.
Yeah.
He said he was upset, too, this morning. The reason why he didn't sleep well was a lot about his girlfriend. He was thinking about his ex-girlfriend a lot. Apparently the mother was the issue there. The mother wouldn't let the girlfriend see him. Now, I don't know if that's because he's a directionless asshole or if she just used that as an excuse. Okay. That's the thing, too. Like, oh, yeah, my parents don't let me see you anymore. Like, that's a great excuse. If I was a teenage girl and trying to get rid of some guy, it's not a bad one.
It's a good one.
You know what I mean? I think I might use that, too. So he said he was thinking about her. The girl told him that his mother was thinking about filing stalking charges on him.
Oh, my God.
So he was very upset about that, basically. He was upset. So he wakes up, and his father and his little brother was already gone. His brother was there when he went to sleep. I think I said he was there when he woke up, but I meant he was there when he went to sleep. He wakes up, Taylor's gone, and the father's not in the house either. So he's like, all right, what's going on here? So he just figured they go every Saturday. They go to the dump. To dump shit.
Oh, okay.
So they just go and dump garbage and shit like that. I don't know what it's a rural area. I don't know what the trash situation pickup. You might have to go to the dump to get rid of your trash there.
If it's not burnable, you got to go dump it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that might be the deal. So they go every morning. So Nathaniel goes into the closet, like we said, Taylor's closet, and he looks in and he's looking for clothes. And he can't find exactly what clothes he's looking for, but what he does find is a 12-gauge shotgun.
Oh, boy.
He sees that. And he said he picks up the shotgun here. This is the same gun, I guess, Taylor likes to shoot squirrels with it and does target shit and all that sort of thing.
Okay.
So Nathaniel grabs the 12-gauge and grabs some buckshot from the top of Taylor's dresser. He loaded it for some reason.
Yeah.
Loads up the shotgun. He said he walked down the hall with it, and he was in the middle room, and his stepmom, Maritza, she's in bed. She's still in bed, but she's talking to her daughter, Melissa there. She's talking to the daughter's at the foot of the bed, talking. He stood in the doorway, and he looked at them for about a second, and then he shot his stepmother.
Oh, boy.
Out of nowhere. Just shot her while she was in bed. Okay. No reason, no provocation, no nothing. Okay. Shoots the stepmother. This shot hits her in the head.
Yeah.
So he hits her right in the head. I guess that target practice last night
really did the trick.
Really paid off for him here. She doesn't move after that. He gets her one shot in the head, like a movie, basically. So at that point, or a video game, exactly. At that point, he goes back into Taylor's room to reload the shotgun.
Jesus.
Yeah, there was one more round up on the dresser. He grabs that. At this point, his stepsister obviously had run out screaming.
Right.
He follows her into the kitchen and shoots her also.
Jesus.
She was in the laundry room when he shot her. At this point, his brother Taylor rushes in the house.
Okay.
His father and his brother got home. His brother rushes in the house, and his brother is going, stop, fucking, what are you doing? Jesus Christ. So Nathaniel punches him in the head, turns around, punches his little brother, who's 14, knocks him out cold. Wow. He laid there on the floor cold. At that point, he heard his dad's truck pull up.
Okay.
So he knew he was home. So now this shit is getting hectic for no reason.
Right.
He's supposed to go fucking four-wheeling.
Yeah,
he made a phone call.
Right.
I'll be there in a little while.
Right.
Let me get this sweatshirt on. Let me shoot everybody first. Let me shoot my stepmom and my stepsister first.
This is crazy.
It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Right. So he hears the dad come home now. So now it's like, oh shit, like this is real. Yeah. Like I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know if he was half asleep or what was going on here.
Dad still doesn't know he's getting out of his truck at the moment.
He reloads the shotgun. Mm-hmm. He makes his way out of the back door of the house. Taylor does. He goes around the
Nathaniel
pool.
Does.
Or Nathaniel, I'm sorry. Yeah, Taylor is not doing it. Taylor's unconscious on the kitchen floor at this point here. I'm sorry. So Nathaniel goes out by the pool. He's outside. He sees his dad walking on the pool side, like by the house on the side of the pool.
Yeah.
And he said Nathaniel figured that his dad was checking the pool filter out there. So what he does is his dad's out there checking the pool filter. He shoots him from where he's standing.
Wow.
He just shoots at his dad. He said he saw his dad walking up the embankment after that. He shot him. His dad fell down, but he didn't know if he hit him, if he just took a dive or whatever. Yeah. Then after that, his dad got up and started running toward the road. He got off the embankment and started running toward the road. He realized somebody was shooting at him. I don't know if he knew what was going on. I hope he didn't.
Yeah.
Hope he didn't think, why is my fucking kid shooting at me? Because that's a scary thought to have here. But it doesn't matter because he figures it out here in a minute. So Nathaniel calmly goes back inside, goes to his dad's closet, and gets more shotgun shells out.
Jesus.
So he gets more shotgun shells out, reloads, heads back out the back door. As he's going out the back door, Taylor was getting up off the floor, his little brother, and Taylor goes to run out the front door. Now Nathaniel looks around, doesn't see his dad out the back door, so he goes to the front door, and Taylor is standing in the walkway, halfway between, by the driveway right there, and he's screaming, "What the fuck are you doing, basically? Why are you doing this? You knocked me out, you shot this one, you got a gun, you're shooting at dad." Holy shit.
This is bad news.
This is bad news, especially this is his little brother. He's only 14. This kid's 18. I mean, this is probably his idol.
Right.
Probably looks up to him more than anybody. You know what I mean? So he's standing there screaming. So he shoots his little brother, too.
Jesus.
Shoots his little brother, and he goes back inside to get more shells.
Jesus.
Shoots his little brother, and he's like, okay, got to get more now. wow. First of all, fuck, man.
And it's not even over yet.
This isn't over by a long shot.
Yeah.
Like, this is just continuing. He's on a not even a rampage. It's calm. It's collected. It's like a video game. Like, I shot him. Okay, let me go get more. And I'm not blaming the video game because I play Grand Theft Auto and shit, and I never shoot anybody.
I never raped anybody. He rapes
never did anything.
He raping that? Well, I mean, it's not really rape. It's just buying prostitutes.
It's prostitutes. Yeah, which it's not great, but it's a gray area. But it's not rape. He's not knocking it. Let's not get into a rape.
Gray area.
Moving on. I don't know. What would you? Is having sex with a prostitute rape?
No,
I don't think it's rape.
I don't think it's rape.
It's not good.
It's dirty.
It's not a nice thing to do. I feel like you could just. I don't know. Let's not get into this. Let's not get into this. Well, never mind. Never mind. See, we're gonna go out there. There's. We could keep going.
Is there more victims? That's a victimless crime.
Well, most of the women who are involved in it had a horrible background, and that's their father diddled them, and they were diddled.
The money's problem.
He's not. No, it's true. It's not his problem. But yeah, no, the whole thing's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
The whole thing's a mess.
There's victims. It's just not in that crime.
No, they're just buried in long.
They're
in plastic bags in the woods. Yeah,
much further and done and over with.
The equivalent of garbage bags in the woods, buried. Just buried loosely under some leaves and some gravel.
Just hasty.
Real something like that. Oh, Jesus Christ. So,
anyway, so he goes outside, he shoots his little brother, and then what?
Yeah, so he shoots his little brother, which is goddamn horrible here. He goes out, he gets another shell, he goes back outside, and he doesn't see Taylor now.
Yeah.
So he shot him, but now he's not outside.
Okay.
So he's like, all right, shrugs that off and goes, well, where's Dad?
Yeah.
So he goes to the corner of the house, and he sees his dad at the edge of the yard, like right by the road. So he shoots him again and hits him again, his dad. So at this point, his dad falls down and starts crawling down a hill toward the road. Like, his dad is just crawling for his life at this point. Which is wild. What does he do? First of all, poor planning, number one. He at this point, he's got to go back inside, get another shell.
Yeah.
Take the fucking box with you.
Is this
already.
A one-shot shotgun? What are you doing, man?
Loading it, boom, go back, one more shell. Like, he's just like, well, I guess I need another one. Like, his foresight is not terrific on here. He goes back here, goes and gets another shell from his dad's closet, comes out of his dad's room and sees his brother on his chest, on a chair in the living room.
Okay.
And he said that his brother was looking at him and crying and begging him, help, help, help.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ. It's his little brother. Like, I have little brothers like that. What are you doing, man? Like,
that's unbelievable.
He's crying for help. So he said he couldn't stand to hear him cry for help anymore. So he shot him in the head.
Oh,
he shot him in the head. He said that this particular shot too, it's pretty close range in the head with a shotgun. So it was messy. This
little room for error.
Yeah. He said that there was lot of blood, lot of spatter, lot of pieces of skull embedded in drywall and shit like that.
Ugh.
Ugly stuff, man. Ugly stuff. And also Nathaniel, a lot of this account comes from Nathaniel.
Really?
And it's all backed up perfectly by the forensics and everything else. He told the truth about everything. Wow. And a lot of this, and his quote on this is after he shot his brother, and he was the one who said, quote, the blast blew blood and pieces of Taylor onto the walls of the living room. He wrote those words down.
Pieces of Taylor. What a terrible...
Pieces of Taylor. That's fucking horrible.
What a terrible sentence.
His next line is, quote, he did not cry anymore.
Okay.
Well, no shit. You just fucking shot him in the head, you asshole.
He's on the wall, you dick.
So that was the shell that he had for his dad. So now what's he got to do?
Go get more shells.
Got to go back to the closet again to get another round. As he goes, so, I mean, first of all, the horror scene he's walking past.
Ugh.
There's no register. Of like, and it's not like, this is what I don't get. It's not like he's in a rage and he's just not registering things. Right. He's walking past, there's my stepmom, because he goes into his dad's closet that's in their room.
Right.
So he walks past her body on the bed.
Pass through the kitchen where the sister's at.
Sister's laid out. Little brother dead all over the living room. Pieces of him onto the walls of the living room.
This is unbelievable.
This is a mess. And he just makes his way through it like nothing happened. He said at this point he makes his way out of the front door and sees his dad down by the road. He's laying on his side. His dad's on his phone.
Yeah.
Luckily, this is 2008. Yeah. So he's got a cell phone. He walks up to his dad and he stops a short distance away. Okay. He stops like he's measuring him up, like a hitman would walk up to someone that he wounded, and now he's going to finish the job. Stands over, his dad rolls over and says, "I love you," and Nathaniel shoots him again.
Jesus.
Shoots him again. As he puts it, took my last shot at him. This is his father said, "I love you," and threw his hands up.
Yeah.
So he said it hit him in the hand and the arm, and it didn't kill him. Yeah. Shot him 3 times now.
That's
already.
The last shot.
That's the last shot.
Yeah.
Didn't kill him because he hit him in the hand and the arm. He had his hands up. So then Nathaniel proceeds to beat him with the shotgun.
Wow.
He proceeds to then, as he put it, hit him with the stock of the shotgun. Yeah. He said he swung it like a club.
Wow.
Not even down. He was hacking at him like he was. He said he was still breathing after that. Fuck, man. Jesus. His dad's a tough son of a bitch, number one. And how sick is this kid out of nowhere?
My Christ.
You don't see this unprovoked. Mm-mm. You might see someone take a shot at somebody and then be like, holy shit, what did I do? Right. This is like, you don't see this behavior from people that's never happened before.
Bananas.
He said he's still breathing. Nathaniel says he then tossed the gun into the woods on the side of the road. He said at that point he started to feel sick. Yeah. Well, no shit.
Yeah, you should have done that a long time ago.
Maybe you should. Right. That should have came in a while back.
When you thought I could kill 4 people, you should have been sick then.
That should have. Yeah, absolutely. So he goes and gets the keys to the Explorer that Dad said he could drive anyway. It's Maritz's car. Goes and gets that. He says he got his sandals out of Taylor's room. He had no shoes on during all this, by the way. Barefoot shooting everybody. Yeah. He got in the Explorer, took off. Went down the road. He said he didn't look at his dad, even in the rearview mirror there, just kept driving. He then he stops with the Ford Explorer. He stops at Spinnaker's Exxon station, stops at a gas station, buys 3 bottles of Propel water and a can of Grizzly straight snuff. Buys some
worst.
dip. Yeah,
that one's gross.
It sounds gross. Yeah,
Grizzly's disgusting.
So there's the clerk, Amanda Tripp, said she checked his ID and took notice of his name. It's a small town. There's a video of him in the store, fine as can be, taking a sips of the water, drink, standing at the counter, just like nothing happened.
Just hanging out.
The Amanda Tripp said he was a regular customer of the store. She knew him. She said, quote, he went on about his way like nothing ever happened. He come in here as normal as could be. He come in here as normal as could be.
Of course.
But that's just no problem. Just walked in like nothing happened at all. Just shit, doing fine.
Buying Propel, 3 of them, by the way.
Buying some Propel, yeah. He said Grizzly wintergreen flavor, by the way, Grizzly he had here.
Even more gross.
Here. He said he bought that. He said he called Brantley from Taylor's cell phone. Yeah. He said he'd been using Taylor's cell phone since he moved into the house. He'd been borrowing it. He doesn't even have a phone of his own at this point.
There's nothing.
He tells Brantley, still coming on over.
On my way over.
On my way. Get those 4-wheelers fired up. Yep. So he said, sure thing. They get on there. He drove down. He said he passed the hospital. He passed the post office on the way to Brantley's. He stopped at Hardee's. And Belton, he's a little hungry.
He's going to pick up a cheeseburger.
He's a chicken biscuit. It's the South. He's a chicken biscuit. That's what he got. He used, by the way, his stepsister's credit card to pay for it.
Really?
Used the debit card to buy breakfast.
$600 and change is gone?
That's all gone.
Yeah.
He said he was sick to his stomach. He could only take 2 bites. So,
I'm surprised you got through 1, you dickhead.
Come on, man. So he got 2 bites. He's like, I'm not feeling good here. Said he gets to Brantley's. He goes inside. His girlfriend was there. They're hanging out. Everything was fine. He said that he noticed that he had spots of blood all over his shoes when he got there. Okay. So he said he went and washed the spots of blood off his feet in the bathroom. And they went out to do their normal plan, ride 4-wheelers and have a good old time here. So they're doing that. Now, in the meantime, some other shit's going on, as you might imagine.
Some cops showed up at a house?
Bit. 9:21 a.m., several calls come into 911 dispatchers. Andy, the father, was the first person to make the call. That's why he was on the phone, obviously. That they found the cell phone lying next to him when they found him. Neighbors heard about 4 gunshots, they said, around that time. Several 911 calls were received. There was a couple that said that they heard shots when they saw a man fall on the ground outside of the address, 153 Pine Lake Drive, but they thought it was a guy falling out of a tree.
Jesus.
Somebody said they thought maybe that's what happened there. So they probably don't expect this here. But a lot of people heard the shots. He said one guy said he heard 1 shot, then 3 in succession, then a final shot that sounded muffled.
Yeah.
He said, quote, we thought someone was shooting at animals. We are animal lovers, so that concerned us.
Yeah.
It's worse than that. Much, much worse than that. You wish they were shooting at rabbits here. Yeah. They get out there. They said they were running out. The car that Nathaniel was driving drove past them, and they didn't even notice it. They were just like, oh, there's a car. Yeah. They were just like, whatever. She said, though, she saw the man in the grass, and someone else called 911. The dispatcher said that someone else had already called and said a man fell out of a tree. This woman who called reiterated how hurt this guy looked and please hurry and all that. Well, yeah, obviously. Police show up. They get to him. He's still breathing when they get there. Yeah. But just pretty much right as the cops get there, he dies. Okay. He dies. They get there. It's at 9:36 a.m. is his last breath, pretty much. Yeah. Now at this point, they just think that this happened outside. What the fuck is going on? Yeah. Now they see, oh wait, there's blood over here though too. Goes into the house from Taylor, leaving a blood trail behind him, obviously, after getting shot and going back inside. So they go into the house. They find the other three. They find Maritza in the bedroom. They find Melissa in the living room, and they find Taylor hiding behind a clothes dryer. Oh, Christ! Because he went in there to. That's where he ended up shooting him, behind the clothes dryer in the living room. Christ. That's what ended up happening. He was hiding back there, begging for help, and as he shot him. So, and they didn't find him right away. They didn't find him till 2 p.m. Wow. They were cleaning everything else up, and they were like, whoa, hey, here's another one.
They didn't. The fucking tip wasn't, by the way, we have 2 bodies over there whose heads are pretty well intact, except for she's in a bed, and her head's all over there. Yeah. Why is all this head all over here?
They didn't know. They went in like room by room and like, shit, lock this room down, what's going on? Yeah. They didn't know what they were finding. The whole, basically everything is a crime scene now. They're like, what are we doing?
There's just Taylor all over the place. They moved
through it. Yeah, they ended up finding Taylor. So back to Nathaniel. Yeah. That's what's going on in the real world. Yeah. Nathaniel, on the other hand, is a little after 10 a.m., he's hanging out with his friends. Yeah. Creel said they just, they rode four-wheelers all day. Creel said, quote, I didn't think nothing about it. And when he came over, everything seemed so normal. We were just cutting up and having fun all day.
That's all. That Nathaniel is a real cut-up.
He's cuts up all day. He's cutting up. He's making jokes. He's a real prankster. That's Jesus. Rocky the cut-up right there. Jesus. Fuck Rocky. You're a dickhead, Rocky.
I don't ever want to hear that nickname for anybody ever again.
No. So Creel's girlfriend is Brittany Fady is her name. She starts hanging out with them, and she rode on the ATV with Creel, and that's a girl who'll go along with some shit. I'll just jump on the back of the ATV, and that's fine. They went all through the trails all day. This is where Creel lives, and also where Creel's grandfather lives, whose name is James Philyaw, but his nickname is Moose. So old Moosey Philyaw here. They go by his house in Belton. This is Creel at one point. This is where I got their Ridge side talks. Yeah. Creel said, quote, at one point in the day, we stopped at a river to kind of cool off a bit. This is when the talk happened. See, this is when he goes, I'll tell you something, boy. He said, quote, that was the only point in the day that he was really quiet. He said, quote, I got a feeling something bad was happening. That's what he said. Okay. That's what Nathaniel said. You got a feeling right then that someone bad. I don't know if they're cleaning up your entire family, brains off the wall.
I got a feeling something bad is happening right now. Like they're building a case against me.
Like I don't know. I'm wanted by every law enforcement agency in the state.
Everything in South Carolina is looking for me.
That could be the possible reason. So, but Creel said after that, quote, everything was fine. He was back to his normal self. 2 seconds of reflection and a little bit of a sour stomach for a chicken biscuit from Hardee's, which, to be honest, you could be feeling really good, and that would still make you feel sick. So
that'll stagger you. That'll slow you down a step at minimum.
That's what has that's the mental anguish this has caused him. He caused him to slightly pause and to not finish his chicken biscuit. So he's really, you feel for him.
And then
he has remorse. It's deep. It's deep.
And then he unleashed one crazy southern South Carolina fart, and the rest of the day was fine.
That's it. Done. Everything's fine. Ooh, much better now. The sheriff here, Sheriff Crenshaw, which sounds like a southern sheriff. He said that at that point at 3 p.m. he announces that they're looking for Nathaniel Dixon as a person of interest. At this point in time.
Super interesting.
So what they do here, the boys, back to Creel and Nathaniel, they get back to Creel's house about 7 p.m. and they change clothes. They're muddy, and they drive over they're hungry. Jimmy, they missed lunch.
They did.
They missed lunch.
Chicken biscuit only.
He had very little of his chicken biscuit. They drove over to Ingles grocery store to buy some steaks to grill.
They're going to grill
get some murder steaks.
Wow.
Murder steaks.
He's going to celebrate.
Ingles Grocery Store. Yeah. I looked up Ingles Grocery Store, by the way. Their slogan is low prices, love the savings.
You betcha.
It should just be, get your murder steaks. Line them up. Hi, I'm Randy Ingles. When my grandfather, Jebediah Ingles, opened the first Ingles Grocery Store way back in 1924, back then he only had 2 philosophies. Number 1, keep those goddamn blacks out of the store. Now, we've eased up on that one over the years, now let me tell you. But his second philosophy holds true to this very day. When a man slaughters his whole family, he needs something hearty to eat. He needs a murder steak. At Ingles Markets, home of the original murder steak. We cut them thick. That's
they got them all laid out. They got them all laid out, and then the last row in the case are the thick murder steaks.
That's a murder steak. You need that. Well, it's like on The Sopranos too. Fuck, another HBO show. The Sopranos, a Pussy and Tony kill a guy. They go out to have a giant thick steak afterwards, and they talk about it. Remember my first time? You go to have a steak afterwards. That's to prove what a fucking man you are, that you can kill someone and then eat red fucking meat afterwards.
Big thick red meat.
So this fucking lunatic goes and gets a murder steak from Ingles Market. Sorry, Ingles Markets, by the way. I'm sure it's a fine chain that does not endorse murder or the mistreatment of black people. I'm sure they're fine. Love the save. Low prices, love the save. Let's give them a free plug. Ingles Markets, everybody. Go down there. Head down there today. I swear to God. Even if you're black, they will not kick you out. I promise.
Love the savings.
So, while they're at the store, Creel's grandfather calls and tells him that they should come home because it's going to rain soon. Creel was like, what the hell do you care? The vehicles are left out in the rain all the time. Who gives a shit, basically? What's the difference here? The reason why he wanted them to come home
police are telling them, get your fucking kid here.
Because the police, at about 7:30, sheriff's deputies rode past Creel's grandparents' house, past old Moose's house in unmarked cars, and they end up talking to old Moose Phil Yaw, and he says, what's going on to the deputies? They said, well, we're looking for Nathaniel Dixon. There are just fucking skull fragments all over the place over there. It's a disaster. So Moose calls his grandson there and gives an excuse, says, we need you here, we need you here. Creel says, quote, by the time we drove up there, cops... By the time we drove up, there was cops everywhere. I thought he said cops was everywhere, and I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
But he said it was cops everywhere.
He said there was cops everywhere.
There was cops.
So that's
everywhere.
fine.
Yeah.
He used fine English there. It's my fault.
No, he didn't.
By the time we drove up, there was cops everywhere. I'll accept that.
There were.
You know what? It's fine. Yeah, I know it should be there were. We're really picking this. Come on, seriously.
I mean, it's fine by Southern accounts. Yes.
By shit kicker ATV riding, dipshit murder steak buying kids. It's fine. Creel said at this point, Nathaniel's still not even shaken up. He doesn't even go, oh shit, what the fuck? He's just like, well, what's going on here?
Creel's losing his mind because there's cops everywhere.
He's like, why are there cops everywhere? And Nathaniel's like, beats me.
Who knows?
Shrugs
Let's go
it off. To him. Let's go fire the grill up, by the way. I got a hankering right now.
Hankering for a murder steak.
Got to get a murder steak in me. So, at that point, authorities, the cops here, they separate Nathaniel and Creel. And Creel said... that at that point, quote, he seemed like really scared. It didn't look like the Nathan I knew at that point. So at that point, it got real.
Yeah.
He said, oh shit, they're taking
Nathan's
me away.
Got some
That's right. I killed 4 people.
Some thoughts.
Whew, whoops.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Moose said that he tells the press later on that authorities went and picked up a cell phone. He was using Taylor's cell phone, and for some reason he threw it out the window. I don't know what the hell while he was out there, he threw it away to be like, oh, don't connect me to the cell phone. It's like, it's your cell phone, you fucking idiot. And the funny thing is, too, he says, like, all day he was kind of lagging behind with the four-wheelers. Nathaniel says, he's like, because he just wasn't into it. His heart wasn't into it. Yeah. But everyone else was like, he was fine. He was here. He was hanging out. Everything was fine. We were all happy. Right. Everybody was good. So they end up taking Nathaniel into custody, obviously, at about 8 o'clock. 11 p.m., the sheriff holds a news conference. They hold a press conference. giving the names of the victims and saying that they're already ready to charge Nathaniel right now with murder in all 4 shootings.
Yeah.
They're the prosecutor here, this Adams, Chrissy Adams. She says, quote, nothing really rises to the level of explaining why this happened today. This was a family that loved each other.
Yeah.
So even then they're like, we don't have any fucking idea what happened, but clearly something happened.
Right.
And this is, by the way, they in all the records they checked, it is the first quadruple homicide they can find in the history of Anderson County.
Wow.
Because this is that little piece that hangs into Anderson County.
Wow.
So as you can imagine, this is big news around these parts.
Yeah.
It's big news here. Creel, the next day, the press is like all over this shit.
Yeah.
They're talking
especially that guy.
Oh, they're talking to everybody they've ever known, and Creel spent the whole day with him.
Right.
What was he like after he just slaughtered his family? I think first of all, it wasn't planned.
Right.
There's no way you say, I'll be there at 7 when you're planning on killing your family the next morning. I feel like he called up his friend, was like, all right, I'll be there, then killed them and then took off.
Yeah.
I feel like that's 4 fucking minutes in
Right.
between the 911 call, and that was him killing everybody.
Yeah.
He hung up the phone, was like, let me grab a sweatshirt. Let me kill everybody first, and then I'll go. like, should I pee now or later?
Right.
Should I piss before I leave? I'll be there in 15. Let me piss now. Piss. That's what he did. Let me just shoot everyone now.
Now is a good time.
And then that way later on, I'll eat a murder steak, and it'll be better. So Creel said he thinks Nathaniel's innocent.
Really?
He said, quote, in my head, I don't really think he done it.
Wow.
In those exact words. In my head, I don't really think he done it.
I think he done it.
I'll tell you what.
I think he definitely
done it. Wow. He said, just that day when we was eating breakfast at Hardee's, how redneck of a statement is that?
Boy.
Just that day when we was eating breakfast at Hardee's. The Hardee's, the whole thing is just redneck fucking thick. Holy shit.
Hardee's is terrible, by the way.
Yeah.
That place is
it's
so
awful,
gross.
Hardee's.
It's so gross.
Disgusting.
You can get fucking biscuits and gravy at a fast food chain. It's not a good
It's
place.
not good, no. And it's expensive, too.
Yeah.
As we found out, Carl's Jr., when we were in L.A.
Right,
we're like, fuck you, Carl's Jr.
You.
I'm not paying $11 for a fucking fast food hamburger meal. Eat dicks.
When did that happen? But
I
McDonald's
can get a murder
isn't even
steak
cheap
for that much.
anymore.
No,
all
because
that shit just became
because
crazy.
they're stuck between, do we want quality or do we want to have just shit food you can get for $1?
I think that they're figuring this is going to run out sometime. We got to cash in now.
Exactly. Yeah, people are willing to pay $8 for a hamburger that's not even that good.
Let's take it now.
Let's do it.
Right.
We'll call it a fancy. We'll put a fucking bun. It's a ciabatta Kaiser or whatever. Yeah,
this is a fucking pretzel
super
bun.
expensive.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. So he says, just that day when we was eating breakfast at Hardee's, he was cutting up about his little brother.
God.
He said, so, I mean, that's the part of the reason I just don't see him doing it.
Part of the reason.
That's the part of the reason I just don't see him doing it, because he just killed his brother, and then they were like joking around about his brother dicking off, which that seems pretty cold-blooded at that point. It's almost like he's just like, I don't even know, like an alien
like,
took him over or something.
But
it's
Creel
like pod people.
Creel doesn't understand that people can do that. That's the problem. He just doesn't think his friend could do that.
So
everybody that's done this shit has people in their life that doesn't think they could do it.
But I don't know if they saw him the whole day, right afterwards, and spent the whole day with him eating breakfast, joking about a guy he just killed. That's
Creel,
cold-blooded.
he washed his family's blood off in your fucking sink, just so you know.
That's another thing there.
Off his shoes.
I mean, it's what a disaster, though. Creel is, it's fine. I thought he's all right. And he said, they were like, I just don't see him doing it. And then a press person, a journalist asked him about, didn't you say that he was planning on getting a degree in electronics and he had plans? And Creel says, quote, that's what I'm saying. This dude, he had a plan set up for the future and everything. I just don't see him doing that. That's what I'm saying. This dude, he had a plan set up for the future and everything. So he's just talking. And now he said, but then he took a minute, Creel, he took a breath and he says, quote, now that I think about it kind of scares me. Well, no shit. It's something you...
What, you were out in a remote resort area of town and you just now realized you were out there with a fucking murderer?
He's like, we were at my thinking spot, and that's usually where we tell each other everything. We're very honest.
Right.
We tell each other
He told me
things.
How many women he loved. It was one.
It was one. Now, you think he'd be like, I loved one woman and I killed 4 people.
Right.
Those are my statistics.
Right.
1 love, 4 dead. That's how it worked. He went on, Creel said, to say, quote, it's something you never expect to happen to you. It just blows my mind. He was an awesome guy. That's why this is all such a shock.
Yeah, well... He's killed 4 times more than he's loved, sir.
Absolutely.
He's not a good dude.
Not a good guy at this point. Jesus Christ, man. Melissa Funk, who's a woman whose her son was friends with both the Dixon boys. She had boys too, teenage boys. She said she's trying to process. This was right in her neighborhood. She said, quote, whatever has happened, if it is if what the police say is true, it's not the Nathan that I know. I'm worried about him. I hate that what has happened to everybody, and I'm worried about him too. Interesting. She talked about how she knew about the thing with the girlfriend. This is a small town. They know. Yeah. I know the teenager down the street just broke up with his girlfriend. There's tons of teenagers in your neighborhood. Do you know the status of any of their relationships? Zero. Right? Zero. None. That's how it should be.
Don't give a fuck.
And it should be like that. You shouldn't care.
I don't care.
This Melissa Funk said about the only time she ever remembered Nathan getting into trouble was when she was coming to pick up her son at high school because her son got in trouble and was sitting outside, was in the principal's office, and Nathan was sitting outside the principal's office, and she said, quote, Nathan, what are you doing here? And he said, quote, Mrs. Funk, I have holes in my blue jeans. So that's why he got sent to the office.
Oh, his knees are out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So she said, quote, he was not a troublemaker. This is the biggest kind of infraction I ever knew of him having. That's why everybody is so shocked. Okay. No warning at all.
Yeah, I mean, the Marines wouldn't take him. He lost his job at McDonald's,
it's
by
tough.
the way.
You see it.
And his girlfriend broke up with him. Maybe everybody close to him sees that he's a little shitty.
This is normally the type of kid that puts a shotgun in his own mouth.
Right, yeah, that's a good point.
Or kills the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
New boyfriend.
But to slaughter the whole family, including his brother, out of nowhere, it's not like he had like a...
Why take it out on them?
A mental deficiency. Right. It's so strange, man. Anyway, his step-uncle here, Oswaldo Hurtado, obviously the other side, said that...
that's not a South Carolina name.
That's not a South Carolina. They say, you're not from around here, are you? That's what they say to that, which I got with my last name down in North Carolina. They go, you ain't from around here, are you? Nope, definitely not. Where'd you get that from?
My favorite thing you ever said was when the guy in Texas asked you for directions some shit town, and you're like, how dare that fucking guy?
Yeah, I'm so mad. I think I know where the fuck that shit town is. Get out of here. What do I look like? I know where that shit town is?
I look like I'm from around here? How dare you?
You know me. If we were in the middle of nowhere in Texas, would I be the first guy you'd ask for fucking directions? Or you'd be like, he's not from around here. I'm going to go find...
I think you were just the biggest person there, and he's just like, there's a person.
There's a hoss there. I was the only guy there without a fucking cowboy hat on, though, in the whole property. So I was the... Don't ask me.
How dare you assume I'm from around here?
You're out of your fucking mind. That's what I get offended by.
Guy asked James for directions. He's just like, what?
Are you kidding me?
No, I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
He gets in the car. How dare that guy?
That's out of his mind. I took it as an insult. We're in the middle of nowhere. I don't live here. There's nothing here. How would I know?
That's so good.
Oh, man. So Oswaldo here, he said he's struggling with the charges. He said that Nathan was a good kid. He played with his brother all the time and with the kids in the stepmother's family there, Maritza's family. He'd play with all those little kids, nice to everybody. Hurtado said, quote, I do not understand what has gone on. They were a normal family. Only God knows. No one will ever know.
Yeah.
Which is about all you could say to this here.
That's a great non-Southern speech right there.
Yeah,
he
is not Southern. I don't think at all. Now, Patricia Dixon, the mom from before, we haven't heard anything from her. Right. She is defending her son.
Really?
She's saying something must have been wrong. That's not something that's in her son's heart. Yeah. She said, quote, Nathan had a good heart. Something was really wrong. He wouldn't ever do this. He wouldn't ever do this out of his heart. Okay. I don't know what that means. Something was really wrong. He loved his little brother and his dad, and his dad was all he ever talked about. And then she broke down into tears and ran off. Other people too, family members. John Dixon, he said that he was talking about Andy. He said Andy was a good man. The boys were good boys. He said, quote, the ladies and stuff, they were all good people.
What?
The ladies and stuff. You just don't expect something like that. He said he talked to his brother all the time. His brother never didn't say, oh, there's something wrong with my son.
Right.
We're scared of him.
Right.
I'm hiding all the weapons. That never happened. He just said, quote, naturally we're hurt. We're just having to deal with it one day at a time. Randy Thompson, he coached Taylor on the baseball team. Right. He said he had a promising future, Taylor. He said he was a quiet boy. When he spoke, it was usually something funny. He said, quote, he had his little quirks about him, but that's what made him so special. So, I mean, So they're all just talking about what a nice kid. Everyone's saying the general quote that you could put on everyone is, quote, I never would have seen anything like that coming. Everyone said that.
Yeah.
Everybody fucking said that. The Monday after this happened, students at Wren Middle School wore white T-shirts with handwritten things to Taylor, tributes to Taylor. Nice. They decorated his locker, the whole deal. He became the full page of the yearbook that year. He got himself a full page anyway. So what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened?
How do you start?
On MySpace recently, not now recently, because MySpace has been defunct forever, but back then, he posted calling his dad a hero.
Yeah.
Everyone said he got along. He's a good, decent student, well-liked by teachers. When they caught him, no drugs or alcohol in his system whatsoever. Not a fucking
Stone
thing.
sober.
Teetotaling, complete sober. When they arrested him, they said, let's give him a mental evaluation, because they tested him. They're like, he's not on anything.
Right.
He seems fine. What the fuck? Let's give him a mental evaluation.
Yeah.
Maybe he has like a fucking tumor or a blood clot, or maybe there's something wrong with him here. Who knows? Dixon's attorneys at this point, he gets attorneys, Kurt Tavernier and Andy Potter. They said that, Dixon wasn't drunk. He wasn't under the influence. A psychiatrist was going to testify for the defense. He said he could not find any evidence of mental illness that would give attorneys grounds for an insanity defense. Wow. Who knows? They're just like, well, I don't know. Guess he killed everyone. It's the weirdest thing. The attorney said, quote, this kicks at your gut because it was a good family. Even the attorneys talk like this. Nathan was a good kid, and we don't know what made him snap. No shit. Like I said, pretty much everything from the murder, like the detail of it, was right out of his mouth.
Wow.
Right out of his mouth. And normally will not do that because it's usually self-serving. Right. But he literally told the 100% truth. Wow. All the forensics lined up with it. The prosecutors didn't even say, no, that has to be like this for you to be nothing. They were like, no, that's exactly what happened.
Wow.
That's exactly, judging by forensics, exactly what happened in this house. So that's crazy. At the end of his confession, he confessed that night. Too, didn't explain it, didn't say this is why, but he said, quote, I don't know why I killed my family today. Once I loaded that shotgun and shot Maritza, I could not stop, and I did not stop until I shot them all. It hurts inside, and I really can't believe it's real. I'm concerned how all of this may affect my enlistment in the Marine Corps. I am sorry for all the trouble I have caused. It just hurts inside. Poorly. Yeah. Poorly is how it's going to affect you. You're not unless there's
not the killer they want.
No, unless they have a jail that you want to go hang out in. Like, Marine Corps jail. Yeah, we'll recruit you. You come in here. You're going to fucking prison. Yeah. You're not going in the Marine Corps.
Wow.
Out of your fucking mind.
How does he... Yeah, he's out
I'm
of his...
I'm wondering how...
He's out of his fucking mind.
He's not like there all the way. And this would be... You'd think this was someone before his somebody would have said, like, he's a little... detached, like it's weird. He doesn't see reality for what it is.
It seems like if he killed his whole family, he would just go eat at Hardee's and then go ride quads. Like, how does somebody not figure out?
Did he fall off the bed and hit his head in the fucking night?
Something's fucking for sure wrong with him.
Honestly, what could have happened? This is not. We've done this. This is episode 50.
Right.
This hasn't happened before.
Never.
Where it's like, no, it's usually a rage. Yeah. This builds up. Right. He's a nice guy. Blah blah blah. But him and his wife have been fighting for a year under the surface, and then he kills her.
This kid just loses it out of nowhere
and kills everybody. It's not even planned. So April 28th, 2008, Nathan appears in court before via closed circuit television before an Anderson County magistrate. And he answers. They ask him where he lives, his full name, blah, 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 whether he understood the charges against him. He stands motionless, just answers yes, yes, and says his address and everything. The judge says that the magistrate said that, Nathan told authorities what he did. There's no motive. The magistrate said, quote, he just said so, but he can't say why he did it. They say he's just like a regular Joe over there at the jail.
Just a regular Joe.
At the jail, they're like, he's not weird or crazy or psycho. He's not starting shit with anyone. Just a kid sitting there.
Keeping to himself.
Very normal. Yeah, that's it. They said that they couldn't find any history of any criminal record whatsoever, no previous charges, nothing. They had this hearing in a small room in the Anderson County Detention Center. Patricia Dixon was there, sitting in the middle of the floor, screaming and wailing.
Wow.
The whole time, which she's really not necessary and not helping anybody.
Nothing.
Anybody.
And she's showing more emotion than the boy accused of this shit.
No, she's screaming like a black woman whose son got shot on cops. And she comes in and, my baby. And they got to hold her back. She's like, no, she's windmilling cops off her. That's how she's reacting, only
it's already
her
over.
Kids aren't dead.
Right.
One of her kids dead.
Her
but her other
one's
kids here.
Alive.
I feel for her. Trust me. If you're a mother... and one of your kids shot your other kid?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. I don't know what, and then I don't know what the emotion that would be at that point.
But you got to calm down in public.
You got to chill the fuck out. You can't sit down. You can't sit down in the middle of a hearing on the floor and cry and scream. That's not okay. You need to get your shit together. People get sentenced to death and they don't do that.
Right.
So you need to calm down because this isn't even you. Now, he said that Nathaniel could face the death penalty for this because it's South Carolina. Chrissy Adams, the prosecutor, said, quote, I intend to seek the death penalty, but I can't make a final determination until I have reviewed all the evidence and spoken to the family. So that they're going to do a bond hearing, which, spoiler alert, they're not bonding this fucking guy out at all.
He doesn't have anything to fucking post it anyway.
No. What was he going to do? $600 and change I have here. Police, they show
$600 and a murder steak.
And a murder steak. Here's my murder steak and my half-eaten Hardee's chicken biscuit. Right. There you go. Police show the shotgun used in a press conference there. Here's the gun, everybody. Now, what ends up happening is they do not pursue the death penalty.
Okay.
Adams does not pursue it. She says it is mostly because the victim's relatives were strongly opposed to it. Because they knew the kid and they didn't understand why he did it. And they were like, why are we going to kill this kid? There's something wrong with him. What the fuck, basically. And also, he had no criminal record and he was only 18 at the time of the murders. So they're like, add all that in, and the victim's family saying, please don't do it.
Right.
It's just a mess, and I guess we don't get to kill someone on this one. Sorry, guys. It's funny too. For like the first couple weeks afterwards, he knew Dixon. Anytime they asked him, he had every detail. Could recall it like nobody's business. After a few weeks, after a couple months, he said he couldn't recall anything anymore.
It got foggy.
He said everything was foggy. He couldn't remember shit anymore. I don't know if that's the attorney saying "fucking dummy up." Pulling like a Superfly snooker with the guy like, there's a dead girl, dummy up. You don't speak English.
Don't talk.
It's one of those things here. But everything down to the gunshots, everything matched the physical evidence from the confession. The confession's already on the book. So
doesn't matter if you remember or not.
Yeah, at this point, we got your side of the story. Thank you. September 21st, 2009 is sentencing for this because he pleads guilty.
Right.
Because obviously there's nowhere to go here with this. You can go in front of a jury with this. I don't know.
They got 4 bodies and you're the only one in the house that's alive.
And a huge confession detailing everything you did. You can't just shrug your shoulders and they're going to go,
I don't know.
So, they like you said, both the Dixon and the Hurtado family, even the stepmother's family, argued against the death penalty for that. They thought the lifelong jail sentence would be more of a punishment since he's only 18 years old, 19 years old at this point.
Everything.
He's going to be in there for 60, 70 years. Like that's shit enough, they're saying.
Pretty brutal.
Yeah. Nadine Salazar, who is her stepbrother, that's one of Maritz's other kids, said, quote, in court, she said this, I want him to remember his little brother, his father, I want him to remember. And she's pointing at him and shit in court. So the family made their statements. They want him put away, but they don't want him to die.
Right.
Now, the prosecutor, too, in this tries to, like, build a case of, like, trouble forming, but we went over the trouble. Her whole mountain is stole a roommate's credit card, girlfriend broke up with him, didn't get in the Marines, stole $600 and change from his dad.
All that
that's normal.
Accumulates together to one bad night of drinking.
Exactly.
Not 4 dead bodies. That's crazy.
Yeah, punching some dude in the face at the bar and getting arrested for assault or getting a DUI. Not continuously loading a shotgun, meticulously going and methodically going inside, putting a goddamn shell in there.
Following people around the fucking property.
Yeah, she says, well, he wasn't working and he moved back into his parents' house, and so there was tension. Well, tension and that. His dad still said he could borrow the car the next morning. There ain't that much fucking tension.
Well, a bottle of Dickel will fix all this.
Yeah, you can get good and dickled and you'll be fine. So Nathan had to, talk about this in court here. He hung his head. He didn't look up much when he answered questions and said that he killed his family as he pled guilty. The judge here, Maddox, says, quote, in my 9 years, this is the most unexplainable and despicable thing I have ever seen in my courtroom. Your brother and your stepsister, their unlimited potential is gone and wasted. It bothers me that you can't even tell me why. So he remains silent. The mother's still crying. All he says is, quote, thank you for accepting my plea, and I apologize to the families.
Wow.
That's all he says to the judge. And so the judge says, if that's all you got, fine. You, sir, may fuck off. Life in prison without the possibility of parole.
There you go.
Take a hike, asshole. So
that's accepting a plea, too. That's fucking crazy.
That's a fuck off there. Yeah. That's not getting the needle is what that is here. Now, later on, even the next, around this time, his defense lawyer said it's just killing. It eats away at him that every day of what the fuck happened, basically. He's like, in every other case, you figure it out. He's like, I don't understand
There's no motive at all.
No. He says, quote, the question that will go unanswered, what was it that caused him to snap? We'll probably never even know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You're not going to fuck. No. We're never going to know. It just happened. He doesn't know.
Right.
He goes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird, silly, crazy shit, right? I don't know.
He goes, I don't know.
But it's just
scary.
Fucking,
yes.
Because that's anybody who's normal and just going about their business and all the time, and they might just start shooting at you. It's
out
fucking
of nowhere.
crazy.
Right.
And it's not to try to scare people. We do shows where people break into strangers' homes and murder them and rape them and all that, and it's the same thing, but this is scarier.
This is fucking horrifying.
You're already afraid of the other thing.
Right.
This person's in your house and welcomed there, so it makes it even scarier.
All day long, any day, any time.
Think about that over the holidays.
You yell at them when they come in too late. You should have been here hours ago.
Hey, Dickie,
you don't do that to a rapist. You don't go, you should have been here hours ago.
No, not at all. It's true. And if you know someone is, on the verge of shotgun snapping, you probably don't do it either. But if you just think he's your normal kid, you just talk to him like a normal kid. So he's in prison, Nathaniel, obviously. Yeah. He's had some disciplinary issues in prison.
Has he?
A couple of things. Nothing crazy, but, little things. He's a fuck up. In 2016, he had possession or attempted possession of a cell phone.
Yeah. Who's he calling?
Who the hell? That's the thing. Who are you calling?
Everybody's dead, dickhead.
Yeah, he says he's still on MySpace in 2016, updating it. My dad's not so great anymore. So I like murder steak. Go to Ingles. He's yelping Ingles. Markets for their wonderful murder steaks. For that, he got a loss of his canteen privileges for 180 days. Okay. He had a loss of telephone privileges for 180 days and also loss of visitation privileges, which I don't know who the fuck is visiting him. Probably his mom, I would assume. 2012, possession of a weapon.
Oh, fuck.
Don't know what that was about, but possession of a weapon, not real detailed in your prison infractions. Yeah. I'm sure that's internal memos.
Yeah, doesn't matter much.
Yeah, he gets separate detention for 180 days and loss of visitation privileges for 1 day.
1 day?
1 day. I don't understand what that's about. No one's coming Monday. All right.
Doesn't matter. He's in fucking solitaire for 180 days.
Yeah, what's the difference here? 2012 also, he had possession or attempted possession of a cell phone. This was at the same time as the weapon problem. Here he gets disciplinary detention for 420 days, loss of telephone for 188 days, loss of visitation 1 day. 1 day. Again. This 2 weeks before that, he was again in trouble for possession of a weapon. For that.
What is he doing?
So I don't know if someone's after him. Or, I don't know if he's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid that he's not very big and he's kind of thin and shit. He's like 6'2", but I think he's like $170 or something. So
you better have a weapon.
You better defend yourself. He's no shotgun this time. Loss of telephone privileges for 360 days out of this one, but then they added 188. They keep adding it on there. 1 day of loss of visitation. In 2011, again, possession of attempted possession of a cell phone. Same deal. 720 days of loss of telephone privileges. Yeah. Loss of visitation privileges, 720 days.
Wow.
Maybe that's why they were adding one each time, because it was already 2 years with no visitation. Right. He's just fucked. Now he's had jobs. He was a machine operator in 2000. 2014, he got transferred out of that. He was a general worker a couple times. He was a food service aide in 2010 and 11. He was actually taken off of that job for unsatisfactory job performance. Don't you fuck up. If you murder people, we'll figure it out. If you go to prison and you're not even good at your food service job, I'll fucking find it. You understand me? I will find this shit and tell everyone.
Food service job.
You can't even scoop fucking
They should have
potatoes.
Known. He was fired from McDonald's. How's he going to fucking have some...
Thank you. Exactly.
How's he going to put together prison food?
God damn it, Jimmy. That's brilliant. I'm telling you right now. Also, too, he was a line operator there and got transferred, and a wash rack attendant. Okay. He has earned 0 education credits during incarceration of March 14th, 2007.
He's lost 2 of the worst food service jobs in the world.
Yeah. He's a fucking moron. Let's just say that. If you Samuel Dixon, Andy Dixon, the dad here, is buried at Robinson Memorial Gardens in Easley. Taylor is buried at the Robinson Memorial Gardens in same place, and they have a nice headstone for Taylor talking about baseball and something on there.
Nice.
It's a sweet thing right there. The ladies who were killed there, they have their private burial information, so whatever. But that's that. That is Easley, South Carolina.
Holy shit.
And that is one of the strangest, oddest, weirdest, just... It's so strange.
Yeah.
It's one of those cases.
It doesn't happen, ever. It's so rare for those things to happen.
Lately, we've done cases with a lot of motive, where it's like, oh, this person broke up with him and then he was pissed and she was
crazy with jealousy.
Somebody's jealous, or this. We've had a bunch of these lately, where you were like, oh, clearly they wanted to get something out of that. Like they were killing to try to get a head on something. Whereas this is just like, nope.
For no reason.
Super weird. Don't understand it at all.
4 people are dead for nothing.
People are dead for goddamn nothing.
Jesus.
That is that. If you enjoyed that crazy-ass story, you're a weird son of a bitch, but we love it, and that's what we love about you. And what you can do to show us that you love us is to get on iTunes and give us 5 stars. Doesn't matter what you say. It's not for our ego. You can go on patreon.com/crimeinsports and do that. You can donate there. You can make a one-time donation over at PayPal using our email address, crimeinsports at gmail.com, which we have an amazing list of producers.
7 pages.
Crimeinsports.threadless.com to get all of your merchandise for us, like a lot of people had in Chicago for our live show. Wow, guys. Well, we wanted to talk about it at the top of the show, but there's people who don't give a shit. They just want murder and they want to get out of the way. So they're all gone now. Fuck those people. People who are on our team, basically, the way we look at it, are our crew here, our real hardcore supporters.
People show up.
You guys showed up in force.
Wow.
You showed up early. You had your gear on.
Yeah.
You stayed late.
You drove from Wisconsin.
Oklahoma.
You drove
to Chicago.
Drove from Oklahoma.
Hannah Camerson, right? Yeah, drove from Chicago to Oklahoma, or from Oklahoma to Chicago.
It's crazy.
They flew from Minnesota. They drove from Wisconsin, Indiana.
Nuts.
It was crazy.
Kate Mira from Florida flew all the way to Chicago. She left the warmth to go to fucking Chicago.
It was freezing in Chicago.
So goddamn. I was shivering like a fucking chihuahua.
It was so cold. Every time we went outside, we're like, oh, God, let's go back in. But, I mean, these people, and you guys were so amazing. You came out. People went to both shows. They came and they supported. They stayed for the entire
weekend. Boys from some students.
That was awesome.
These fucking brilliant genius nerds from Michigan State drove all the way the fuck over and stayed all night long.
That was great, man.
And partied and drank with me playing pool.
Yeah, man, they hung out. We took pictures and had a great time and just talked to everybody. We got to talk to everybody, and we got to send, messages, video messages and stuff to
all around the fucking world.
We had people in Afghanistan and people all around the world.
Ridiculous.
It was just great. We can't thank you guys enough for showing up and supporting this, because if you like us and you like what we do, not even us, just not even just us, anybody,
anything
who's in this kind of realm of something, they're not on television, they're not being supported by some major conglomerate or whatever like that. And don't think Podcast One's a major conglomerate. It's still Podcast One, not fucking satellite television one.
It's not NBC One.
Exactly. So I mean, it's still podcasting, but. So, I mean, for you guys to come out and support us like that means the goddamn world to us. It really does. And it keeps something like this going. And we had so much fun, and we know the live crowd had so much fun. So we just wanted to thank you guys so much for that. And get your asses to Detroit, Boston, Phoenix, because they're only going to get better, and we're going to have a lot of fun with these live shows.
That's real.
A lot of people didn't know. A lot of people didn't listen to the live shows when we released them because they were like, I don't like live shows. I don't like, they're usually shit. And like a lot of people listen to them and they're like, oh my God, yours wasn't shit.
These are so much better.
We do an episode that's not. A lot of people fuck around, and same thing with this week. A lot of people this week aren't going to put out an episode. There's a lot of your favorite podcasts. You're going to be scrolling through your shit. There's going to be nothing. Or there's going to be some best of clip show. There's going to be some shit that they obviously slapped together that takes 10% of the normal time they put in an episode. We're not doing that. No. I don't care if no one's listening. We're doing a 2-hour fucking episode that we think is good.
Right.
We're going to keep putting them out. We don't give a shit. And some of these people who have supported us so much by going to patreon.com/crimeinsports, they go to PayPal. They use our email address, crimeinsports@gmail.com. And who the hell are these amazing people, Jimmy? Hit us hard like a hammer.
One of these people is Bree in Montana, who went and got a fucking tattoo.
Bree.
She got a tattoo that says, "You sir may fuck off" on her forearm.
On her foot with a gavel.
Yeah,
you sir may fuck off.
It's unbelievable.
That's that's cemented.
Yeah.
Now into some kind of weird section of pop culture.
Some sort of Hall of Fame, right?
That's amazing.
And then she sent us a huge box of Montana shit today that we're going to unwrap here in a minute. So thanks, Bree. I appreciate you.
That was so cool.
Dana
Thank you.
Grayson, Jess Langer, and Kristen Castaldi continue to be
as
fucking
always,
EPs. Thank you all
heroes.
so much.
Thank you, guys.
Rebecca Doe. This, by the way, strap in because this is so deep. Mark Busby.
We missed a week. Sorry.
Yeah, we did.
We got a buzz.
Jaybird Wedbetter over on Twitter. Jason. What is his last name? Is it Engelkey? I think it's Engelkey.
I don't know how you say that.
I think it's Engelkey.
Engelkey?
I think so. I'm not sure.
He'll
it doesn't
tell
matter.
us.
Thank you guys. I appreciate both of you.
We love you, Jay.
They've been listening since the fucking beginning.
Yeah. Wedbetter since I think the 5th episode he came on board.
Busby's been like around there too. He may have I know he's heard all of them, but he may have started and listened the very first time it came out.
Wedbetter came on in Rogowski. He sent me a message maybe once or something.
There you go. Stacy Huffaker, I'm not sure. She sends something like every few days. So thank you, Stacy. You're a sweetheart.
That's amazing.
Dulce Thompson, Talia Mates. I called her Daniel last time because she's using her husband's card. What do you want from me?
Oh, well, yeah, that's not our fault. Shit.
That's Talia. So thank you,
Talia.
Aaron Parent, Taisha McPherson, Marcia Frazier, Randy Shelton, Susan Thornton, Tony Celapica.
Ooh,
I think
that sounds good.
I don't know. It's clearly Italian. Thank you, Tony. Jason Comstock, Ron. No, it's John. What? Ron? What the fuck? John Radley, Tara Jenkins, Mariah. It's Mariah Menhier over. She's the Dutch one that corrects me all the time on my Dutch or not my Dutch. So thanks, Mariah. Appreciate you. Stephen Mace, Michelle Jolly. She also sent a bunch each fucking few days. I don't know. Thank you, Michelle. Adrian Thomas, Mary Faust, Rachel Smith, Amanda Burt, Carla Dixon, Louise Brooks. No, Louise Brooks, not Louise. That's definitely Louise. I think that's a female's name, right? Louise is female?
Yes, yeah, usually.
Right.
For the most part. You never know.
Louise Brooks. Tatiana shit. Tatjana or Luka Janaki?
Luka Janaki.
What the fuck?
I don't know if that's right or not, but I like it.
Tatiana Luke Jonica. That's it. It's Luke Jonica.
Okay.
That's definitely it, I think. It's not. Taryn Winnie, Ollie, fucking FJ. How do you do that? Fjorkera? Fjorkika. Is that an R? I think it's Forkiera. Forkiera? No, it's not. I don't know what it is, Ollie. Thank you so much. Nilufar. Rafsanjani.
Oh, yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah, but I don't know how to do that.
I know. I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to put my lips and tongue
together and make sounds that are correct.
Make that sound like a perfect word. But it's Rafsanjani. I do know that. So thank you so much, Nilu. I'm going with Nilu. Nilu Rafsanjani. She's terrific. Lewis Simpson. Susan Mannon. Yes, Susan Mannon. Peter Lafredo. Jeremy Ramon, Katie Heisel, who makes our maps for us.
Yeah,
Katie,
she's the best.
She's amazing. She sent us super
Tell you
sweet
where
donation.
all of the murders happen.
Yes. Keep an eye out.
She's so cool. Thank you, Katie.
Go to our Twitter page and find her. We retweet her every week. Katie, you're terrific. Thank you. Andrew Balcom, Molly Parker, Blaze Cruz. That's definitely Blaze, Blas.
Oh, yeah.
I think they've donated before. I can't remember. Thank you, Blaze. Denise Sanchez, Kathleen Thill, who sent us a care package, by the way. It was part of the mail that we opened this week.
Oh, yeah. That was awesome.
Kathleen did that.
Thank you.
Fuck, I can't remember off the top of my head. I know the
Slim
Jims.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was
Slim
cool.
Jims were in it, and there was another box, too. I forget what. Doesn't matter. James, thank you very much, Kathleen. I appreciate you. James Cook, Melissa Neufeld, Gregory Ray, Brant Taylor. He sent twice, by the way. He sent over on PayPal and then signed up on Patreon.
That blows us away.
A few did that way.
Thank you, man. We're blown
thank you
away
very
by
much,
that.
Brant. Heather Millett, Justin Leukert, Aaron Barchuch. Thanks, Aaron. Oak Tree Vintage. I'm not sure what that is, but Google that, Oak Tree Vintage, and give them your business if you're looking for oak tree shit. Aaron Fandal, it's Fandal. Michael Malone, Abby Smith, Emily Wenner. She donated twice also through PayPal and Patreon. Thank you, Emily. You're a darling. Haley Hubbard, Sarah Bessler, Jen Eisenhower, Nick Laycock. That's Nick with that fucking last name again. Ingrid Stoke over in Norway. Thank you, Ingrid. Jared Hohe, or Hoye? Hohe. That's got to be it. No, it's not. Heath Mauger, Richard Paul, Lisa Coltrane, Molly Hewitt, Darlene James, Catherine Bosley, Marissa De Leon, Carly Madison, James Stevenson, Kasten Johnson, Kimberly Hewitt, Robert Hernandez, TNT City Crafts. No, it's not. It's Tent City Crafts, I think. I think that's what it is. But it's TNT CTY Crafts. So whatever they make, go buy their shit.
Yeah,
Lauren Odom, Robert Matterzel, Madursky. Robert Madursky. Madursky. That's definitely it. Madison O'Toole, Sarah Gilbo, Lux, LUXE 23. I don't know what that is. Google it. Hopefully it's
Lux?
Something to buy from.
Yeah,
Lux
buy
23.
some shit.
Yeah. Jessica Stope, Riley Hatovi, Krista Pyra. Thanks, Krista. Jeffrey Geiler, Marla Grabber, Marcia. Was that Marcia or Marla? Damn it. I can't read my own writing. Marla, I think, Graber. Jonathan Desmond, Frederick Adler, Timothy Jenkins, Kavix Corner, KVICKS. I don't know. Kavix Corner.
That gets me. Yeah, it could be a business. If it is, check them out.
Right.
Look them up.
Molly Parker, Alyssa George, Danny Wierzinski. That's
there
it.
You go. That
Rachel
sounds right.
Bridge, Brenna Overy, Mindy Lum, David Long. That's a G. David Long. That's it. Jasmine Monreal, Rost Olson. That's definitely it. I don't know. Andrea Samples, Emma Sykes, Form Systems Technology, Form Sys. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is.
Look them up.
There you go.
If you need their services, use them.
Siren Johnsgar, Emily Irvin. I think I said her already. She may have donated twice. She must have.
Wow, thank you.
Lee
Molly
Bidnick,
Parker, you said twice, too.
Yeah, she definitely donated twice, too. Mark Saletti, Quinn Riley, Meredith Spencer, Cammie Rock, Kendra Fuller, Ellie Lepanin, Lee A.B. Hold. I don't know what that is. I may have written that wrong. Probably did. Abhold. I'll bet it's Abhold, and I have a space between AB and Hold. So, Lee, thank you. Kyle Blaze, Montana Posse, they donated and then wrote us a nice little reply. I don't know what Montana Posse is. I hope that's something you can buy from, but do it.
Yeah.
Richard Bazantes, really, Richard, that's a tough name. Lofton Melmoth, Caden Carpenter, Rembot, Kelsey Stewart, Jessica Molly Thorne. Molly was in quotations, like that's a nickname. How do you get Molly out of Jessica or Thorne? I'm not sure, but whichever. Maybe her. I don't know.
You confused over that one?
I just looked at it. I'm like, really? Molly? That's the one? Maybe she does a lot of Molly. Who knows?
You sounded hurt by that. I don't
Good
know.
For you, Jessica.
I can't figure it
Mary
out.
Hemphill, Miriam Evans, Harry Lee, who works with my sister. He's a good dude.
Oh, cool.
Thanks, Harry. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Erica Hogan, Lil Buckaroo again. Mike Kennedy. I know a guy named Mike Kennedy. He's a scumbag, and I'll bet this is not that guy.
This is not that guy, guaranteed.
That guy's a piece of shit.
Thank you, Mike Kennedy.
Yeah, this Mike Kennedy is amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Tracy Kidd, Colin F. Spencer, Den Hendricks, Tamana Van Pelt. It's Timana. That's what it is. Timana Van Pelt. That's for sure it. Christy Basham. Morgan Works a Lot. I hope that's fucking what? Works a Lot? That's an interesting last name. That's for real. That's her last name. Works a Lot.
Well, hey.
I don't know. Either that or she's just fucking with me. Her name's Morgan. Rachel Hatton. Brianna Krantz. Jed Llewellyn Lewis. Patrick Poitras. Jeff Watson. Helen Collinshaw. Rhett Stubblefield, which is a badass name.
That sounds really cool.
So country.
It's like a movie character.
Yeah.
This is Rhett Stubblefield. You'd be like, that's a bullshit name. What are you doing?
A guy named Rhett Stubblefield has never been accused of rape because it's such a sweet name.
Well, it's just plus the women are falling at his feet.
Yeah, you allow that man.
You beg.
You beg.
You plead.
Good for you, Rhett. Congratulations, Retta and Levi Cruz, Kim Olegas or Olegas. I'm not going to try. Jennifer Ross, Summer Jean, Jessica Lightke. Jessica Lightke.
There you go.
That's it. Paul Ruist, Danielle Andrews, David B. The Chubby Bear. No, the Cubby Bear. Jesus, you're not a chubby bear, right? He may be a chubby bear. Who knows? Nikki Sarnecki, Thomas Gallagher, Susie Mannon. I think I mentioned her already, so she donated twice again. Buck, no last name. Nicole Benson, Karis Hunt, Scott, and we're down to the finals here.
All right.
Here we go.
Final good people.
It's exhausting. I'm such an idiot. Gresham Fenton, Mariah Kelly, Tess Fahey, Saul Taylor Gowder, Kimberly Sprouse, Taryn Winnie, Andrew Davin, Lisa White, Gorilla Wolf, which is fucking amazing. Wow. I hope that's your for real name. I want that on a debit card. Mara Spencieri, Mara Spencieri. That's for real. That's good. Flavia Perez, Shane and Crystal Davis, Susan Nyhuis. This has been a fucked week. I am so terrible at this week. Matthew J. Homashak, Emily Wenner. Again, that's because she donated twice. Nika, Nicka. I don't know.
Nika?
Nika. Maybe it's Nika, but
maybe.
It could be
Either
Nika.
way.
Jen Armstrong, Jacob Blunt, Stephen Ward, Kenneth Zazaguli. Zazaguli. Fuck. God damn it. How am I so goddamn stupid? Kylie Miracle, Kevin. No, it's Chris, not Kevin. What? Chris Burns, Charlotte Karuba. Charlotte Karuba, Glory Ward, Candace Chia, Crystal Payne, Crystal Gennaro, and then Katie Armour.
Thank you
guys. Holy fuck.
Thank you guys so much.
That was exhausting. My brain's going to explode.
Exactly. But you know what? It's so worth it because what they did, they went out of their way for us, and we'll happily let our brains explode for that. So thank you guys.
All. Thank you for coming to Chicago. Thank you for hanging with us. Thank you for sitting in every week. And thank you all for buying us drinks. What the
Just
fuck?
Everything.
You
guys
bananas.
were so cool, man.
You did everything for us, including get me completely loaded. And if you enjoyed Drunk Jimmy at all on last week's podcast, thank you. And if not, I apologize.
And if you want to get a hold of the show, you can do that easily on Twitter at MurderSmall, Small Town Pod over on Facebook there. You can find us there. And what if someone wanted to find someone such as yourself?
If you want to find me, it is at Whisman Sucks, WHISMAN Sucks on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Find me and play along. I appreciate hearing from you guys.
And I am at Jimmy P is funny. You can do that, or you could try to spell my last name, but don't bother. Just copy and paste, and just at Jimmy P is funny. Will do. Do that, and come back next week because we'll be coming back next week. And matter of fact, until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.